سے بھی بات کریں گے، ان سے بھی جانیں گے کہ یہ کیمپنگ آپ کہاں پہ چل رہی ہے اور کیا کر رہے ہیں پبلک کو، اور کیا کیا پیکیجز آپ کے چل رہے ہیں. آصف صاحب ان سے ہم بات کر رہے ہیں. کیسے ہیں آصف صاحب؟ سر تھوڑا سا آپ کے بارے میں بتائیے گا، یہ کیمپنگ کہاں پہ آپ کی ہوتی ہے اور کیا پیکیجز آپ پبلک کے لیے لے کے آئے ہیں؟ سب سے پہلے تو شکریہ. لوگوں کو یہ بتانا چاہوں گا کہ یہ ہاسپٹل اسلام آباد کی وجہ سے وہی سے ہم دور دراز کے جو میڈیکل فیسلٹیز کے تمام ٹیسٹ جو اسلام آباد میں ہوں گے کہیں آپ نے آ کے یہاں پہ اسٹیپ پہ کو سب سے بڑھ کر یہ کہ جو اسٹیپ کے مکمل طور پر تمام ٹیسٹ کرتے ہیں، میڈیکیشنز جو ہوتی ہیں انہیں گائڈ کرتی ہیں. ہمارے پاس میں جو تھے وہ انہیں گائڈ کرتے رہتے ہیں، میڈیسن دیتے ہیں. اور صرف یہی نہیں کہ جب ہم یہاں پہ آتے ہیں تو میڈیسن دیتے ہیں، ان کی فالو اپ میں جتنی بھی میڈیسن چاہیے ہوتی ہیں ہم ضروریت رسیے سے ان کو انٹروڈیوس کرتے ہیں، پرووائڈ کرتے ہیں. تو ہم اس کے بعد کے بعد نیکسٹ ویک ہم جائیں گے کہ صاحبان. اس کے بعد ہمارے پلان میں بہت ساری چیزیں ہیں. ہمارا تو میسج یہ ہے کہ پاکستان میں 0% آرگنائز ہے بٹ اس میں پریپریشن نہ ہو سکے. ہماری کاوش ہے جو پینگ ہمارے مشرق ہوتے ہیں جو استطاعت رکھتے ہیں وہ ڈونیشنز بھی کریں، لیکن پیکیج ہم نے ان کے لیے بھی رکھا ہوا ہے کہ جو ٹیسٹ باہر سے آپ کو بہت زیادہ کاسٹ میں بڑھتے ہیں ان کے لیے اسپیشل پیکیجز میں ہمیں بہت ہی کم ریٹ پہ نہیں دیتے ہیں تاکہ تمام لوگ اس سے فائدہ اٹھا سکے گا. بہت شکریہ آصف صاحب. یہ ان کا بہت ہی اچھا اقدام ہے کہ جو پینگ پیشنٹ ہیں ان کے جن کو یہ بلو پیشنٹ کا نام دیتے ہیں ان کے لیے بھی ابھی یہ ان کا پیکیج چل رہا ہے وہ 60% آف کے اوپر چل رہا ہے اور 3500 کے اندر یہ سارے ٹیسٹ ڈاکٹر کی کنسلٹیشن اور کے سارے ٹیسٹ اور میڈیسن 3500 کے اندر یہ منجیانا وہ پرووائڈ کر رہے ہیں. یہ ان کا اچھا سب بتائیے گا ابھی ٹیسٹ جو آپ کے آپ کی طرف سے کیمپنگ ہونے جا رہی ہے وہ کہاں پہ ہونے جا رہی ہے، ان کی ڈیٹس کیا ہیں؟ 17 اور 18 کو ہمارا صاحبات میں کیمپ ہوگا. اس کیمپ کے بعد ہم وہ کریں گے کھانے والے میں Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, on behalf of the Diabetes Center in Pakistan and the representative body here in Australia, it is my privilege to welcome you in this August wonderful hall.
We are here again, as last year, in Canberra for a very, very noble cause, as we all know. And that is that there is one thing which I knew right from my childhood, and that was sugar disease or diabetes. And that became just a household name, almost many, many families back in Pakistan. And when I came here in Australia, I found that Australia is no different. So basically, this is a kind of ailment whereby you have to just take care of it so that it takes care of you. But unfortunately, many of us do have problems, and that means that there is always a growing need for us not only to be careful for ourselves, but also for the society around, the community around. And that's what we are here for, right? And my understanding is that, look, the Pakistan, when I say every third or fourth person has this problem, including, unfortunately, juvenile diabetes exists there. So with this small introduction of mine, let's just start it. And I think that I'll just slightly change the order because I wish to start it with the recitation of Holy Quran and brief talk on charity, because I think that housekeeping or let's do housekeeping, right? As far as the restrooms are concerned, they are just at the far end, on that side of me. And if unfortunately there is an unforeseen event of any fire or anything, then we have to go out from the left and just be just around there, and there is an area where you can just go, and best will be to go out of the building and stay somewhere. With this, it is certainly on me to acknowledge the Ngunnawal country and relate it, all those wonderful people who belong to different groups of Aboriginal people whose land we are standing on. My respects to their past and present elders, and of course, the future generations which will come. This is an acknowledgement which is more, of a humanity kind of origin, because you feel that you have to do something like that to say thank you all the time and acknowledge that we are on their lands. And that also includes, unfortunately, the statistics of diabetes, as far as I know, is higher in Aboriginal communities. So one more reason that certainly we acknowledge that we are on their lands, and at the same time, of course, it is that, yes, we will be doing our responsibility to take care of them as well. So with this, it's now my privilege and honor to invite Brother Imam Adam Konda. He is at Canberra Islamic Center, Monash, and he is here with us for recitation of Holy Quran and brief talk on the importance of charity in Islam and wider humanity. Please welcome Imam Adam Konda.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا أولادكم عن ذكر الله، ومن يفعل ذلك فأولئك هم الخاسرون. وأنفقوا مما مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي أحدكم الموت فيقول رب لولا أخرتني إلى أجل قريب فأصدق وأكن من الصالحين ولن يؤخر الله نفسا إذا جاء أجلها والله خبير بما تعملون. صدق الله العظيم. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the most powerful word to touch the human heart and emotion is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So to talk about charity and the spirit of charity, we listen to what Allah said about it. To me and to you, when we pass from this dunya, we want to come back to do one thing, and that is the charity. So Allah said in the Quran, to tell us another way to remember Him, not only verbally or physical salat movement, but by spending money. So the ayah said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا أولادكم عن ذكر الله. Don't let your enjoyment with your wealth and your children, don't let them forget you to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How to remember Him? وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ. Give away to those in need what I gave to you. Before death comes, and then you ask Allah to delay our death so we can come back and give charity. It is about living for other people. It is about living for others. And one of the beautiful sayings of a lady who was a lady of charity, she said, life is an exciting business and more exciting when it is lived for others. The blood is the essence of life, and we know it. And many people need it. I will not talk any longer, but all I want to say, we have the opportunity tonight to record our name on those people who have saved a life. And if you can save somebody's life, Allah said, وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. If you contribute in saving one person's life, the reward Allah will give to you. It's just like you have saved all the humanity, because you are one entity. If you save one of us, you save it as all. And if you cause the death of one of us, you have killed us all. This is a word from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about charity. And the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, وَالصَّدَقَةُ بُرْهَانٌ. Giving charity is a proof that you meant it when you say, oh Allah, I believe in you, I will look after you people. So let's look after those people who need blood. We may need it one day. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah for your wonderful words of wisdom, most of which will coming from the Holy Quran. And certainly Quran is our guide unto eternity and even after. It's my wonderful pleasure to acknowledge the presence of some dignitaries here. First and foremost, Excellency Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry, Pakistan High Commissioner. And Leanne Castley is here. Thank you very much, Leanne, for being here. She is the one who changed the history recently, in the sense that she's now the head of Liberals in Canberra. And then, never failing, Peter Kane is also here. He has been in all the functions, whether it's charity and others. And then, of course, my wonderful friend Andrew Braddock. He lives in the same suburb, right where I live, and that is Gangawan. Thank you very much for being there. And the full team, and Dr. Javed Iqbal Saab, who come all the way from Pakistan for this wonderful occasion. And he will enlighten us with the current situation what's happening, and then of course that how far the things have gone and what is particularly needed. And I'm ready as a biochemist, as a student, I'm ready keen to learn what you say about the whole thing in terms of diabetes and spreading the word about that. And plus, also, I think that all the team which has come from Wollongong and Sydney, especially one wonderful person here, Mr. Mustafa is here, and of course, Dr. Israr, who has got so much energy that despite all of his work, which he does professionally, he finds so much time to do all what he is doing. Something, something enlightening and showing us the path. Thank you very much, Israr. And our own Dr. Ahmed is also there. Thank you very much for bringing us all towards this direction. Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. So with this, I will now invite a very young doctor. Whenever I see him, I think that I should be exactly like him, if not in age, but in energy, and that is Dr. Israr Khan. Please come over, President of TDC Australia. Thank you. That's my
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, so kind of you. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. And good evening to everyone. Um, Thank you for the introduction. I don't deserve that one, in fact. But we all try to help our peoples and create an environment which will be useful and helpful for each and every one. So we already had welcome to our chief guests and all of them, but should not miss Rima Diab. She's independent candidate for member legislature Islamic Assembly, and she's representing herself to Parliament. So kind of you. Thank you for coming. So I welcome all of you. I don't know most of the people. Last year I was here, so most of the familiar faces are here. I must acknowledge the people who are running this show, and they are all are here, and they are very hardworking people. They are working day and night, not only for their own professions, but also helping for this noble cause. So Dr. Ahmed Khan is here, and mashallah, I think I got the inspiration from him. He's such a lovely person, and he's always working for the benefit of the people. If he's here, he's working. If he's in Pakistan, you can't see him in one place. He's moving from one city to another city and doing all the hard work for the community. Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed, for being here. I must, last year, we were not having the Canberra chapter in place. People were working voluntarily, but luckily, alhamdulillah, we have the chapter here. So we have president of Canberra team, Mr. Javed Barsab. He's here. Alhamdulillah, he recently got retired and he has joined the TDC. This is his first year of TDC, and he will be doing till his life, inshallah. Thank you very much for doing that. We have Dr. Tariq Rana. He's a wonderful person, and he's the patron of TDC Australia, and very well collaborated in helping everyone. We have Shujan Malik is here. He's helping all the time. Sorry, Shujan, I always say something to you, but he's always very polite and nice and helping. And this show is because of these people and many other volunteers. They are standing there. I took your picture, and it will be on your website, inshallah. Thank you for everyone for doing all this thing. I will not take long here because we already delayed for some time. So I just want to give you why we choose the diabetes. So you can see in the stats, this is the International Diabetes Federation stats. So that shows that almost 537 million people in the world in 2020, they were having diabetes. So now the people are going on, and it was like currently it's mentioned that 1 out of 10 people, they have diabetes. But if you move on the year 2045, so it will be 8 out of 10 people will be having diabetes, and then this will be keep going on. And among those, if you can see that if you compare that how the diabetes is more prevalent and common in different countries of the world, so this interesting statistic shows that out of 3 out of 4 people, they have diabetes from middle and low socioeconomic group people. So this is very alarming, and especially those countries, they don't have facilities or having low socioeconomic status, they are suffering more with diabetes. Similarly, if we go for diabetes in Pakistan, so it has a different, more alarming stats, if we can see here, that in Pakistan, total adult population, this is International Diabetes Federation stats, not like from locally. So 124 million Pakistani population have diabetes, and adult population. So if you see the percentage, it could be, out of 124 billion, up to 33 million have diabetes. And it means around 27% people have diabetes. And if you go for further stats, you can see that almost another 11 million people, they have pre-diabetes. Means they can have diabetes, they would have diabetes in the future, and they are diagnosed to have early stage of diabetes, but not yet on medications, but on prevention for the further management and care. And another 8.9 million are undiagnosed people. And these are the people, they really need an attention to get diagnosis and treatment. So if these stats, if you combine all together, among total adult population, almost 40% plus having diabetes, which is mostly type 2 diabetes. This is the type 1 diabetes. So type 1 diabetes is usually runs as a family and genetic predisposition. They are usually patients who are in young age or early kids, they get diagnosis of the type 1 diabetes. So this is also interesting stats that if you see in 2021, almost 60,000 children have diabetes. And currently in 2024, it has gone up to 70,000, which is really, really alarming. And it's not only because that the diabetes is increasing. It might be because they got the diagnosis and people are getting aware and want to know the statistics. And as I mentioned in idea before, that almost 60% population of Pakistanis, they live in the rural area and they don't have any access to the care, and they would not be diagnosed with the diabetes or other medical conditions. So that's why we developed the Diabetes Center, and it is a registered charity organization in Pakistan, and it's working in main cities of Pakistan. And we also started this one because of the background of this, that people are suffering a lot with diabetes. So the inspiration behind that, if you know this Quranic ayah, that one ahya فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. The one who saved the life of one person, it means that person has saved the life of whole humanity. It's really important, and it's mentioned in Quran. So that's why you all are gathered here. At least all of us, at least one person's life we can save to save the whole humanity, which is very important. Vision for that diabetes center, that the diabetes, in fact, is not only the disease, it is the mother of many diseases. So when the people have diabetes, slowly, over the period of time, they started complications. They could involve small muscle and big muscle disease. And they almost get involved in almost whole system of the body, like eyes problem. People can have kidney failure, heart problem, stroke, many things that can come up with diabetes. So it's becoming a generalized disease, not the specific or specialized disease. This is the Diabetes Center in Islamabad. It's located almost 15 minutes drive from main Islamabad capital city. And if you're moving towards the hilly area, the Murray Expressway, so just after 10, 15 minutes from Islamabad, you can see on the left side of the road, the hospital is there. And it's also not very far from Rawalpindi, which is twin city of Islamabad. We started that hospital there in 2018, and that is fully functional hospital. But that hospital could not cover all Pakistan. So it's only covered some of the remote areas of the outskirts of Islamabad or Rawalpindi and other places. But we started seeing that many patients started coming from the South Punjab, from KTK, from some people who are coming from Balochistan, because when they start getting the information from the social media, so they were coming from those far-flung areas. So then we started the need that we should have the centers of other cities of Pakistan also. So you can see here we have prisons in Lahore. That is one center there. We are starting the Karachi one. It's a very beautiful hospital. I think Muhammad Ali Sahab could go there and see there. Excellent. And we are having a presence in the Pharma Hospital and Wheels. So this is the area for Dr. Evans. We will talk about that. And that was started, I should say here, that this hospital on wheels belongs to Canberra. So this is the year project. So you must clap for yourself. It's because of who we started with that. Thank you for doing that. So we already started clinics in different cities of Pakistan, and Dr. Ahmed will be explaining later on. TDC not only having presence in Pakistan, so we have presence already, in Australia, we have presence in UK, we have presence in America, and also in Gulf area. A lot of Pakistani diaspora, they're living there, so they're helping for this noble cause. So we have ongoing events not only in Australia, we are having events in America, UK, everywhere. So this is about the TDC, and that a little bit inside I can show you. This is the 2024 that we have almost 14,000 patients being seen. So among those, we saved 2.6 or 2,600 patients freed from amputation because they went there, have been diagnosed. Professor Javed Iqbal is here, so he's going to explain that one in more detail. We also have a dialysis center there, and this is also being funded by the Australia. So we dialyzed almost 1,233 patients in the last 12 months. One dialysis costs nearly $55 to $60. So you can well imagine how it would be difficult for the people who are getting dialysis there. And one patient needs 2 sessions minimum, and some people, they may need 3 sessions per week. So it is very expensive treatment. Moving on further, we saved the visions or eyes of patients close to 1,000. And similarly, type 1 diabetes, that's another project which is running by the Australia. The team is doing that one. So we have almost 367 children. They're getting treatment for the diabetes. That's all from my side. It's not going to take a long time. And it is it's my humble submissions to everyone. Please listen to our guest of honor and our great speaker, Professor Javed Iqbal, later on. He has a lot of things to express and explain. I spent a few days with him, but literally I'm honored to have some time with him because he's such a marvelous person, very well educated, and he has very good heart. And he's coming here just like an ordinary person. But if you know him, he has more than near 3 billion followers on YouTube and other social media. So he's such an amazing person. We are all very part of this. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Asrat, for presenting all the statistics. I'm just trying to understand that, and I'm sure that with your input, I'm right to say that when we had all these slides last year, the numbers have significantly increased this year. That's number one. And one of the things which I noted onto that is that, one thing is that, you can give some sort of treatment and the patient keeps coming because of that, and have regular medicines and all that. But if you have saved thousands of people from amputation, that is something really great and must be celebrated. The reason is that, look, once you just cut off a limb, then of course the whole life, you never know anything what will happen. So certainly a great, wonderful achievement, and let's just now, before I go further, I think that Rima, my apologies, right? Apologies for that. Are you going to be contesting federal elections coming soon? That is wonderful. That is wonderful. And certainly, all wonderful, support is with you. There is no problem.
I'm honored to be part of this great event. Thank you.
That's fantastic. So kind of you. Thanks, please. I also wish to congratulate my wonderful friend Javed Bhatt, who is now president of the Canberra chapter, and certainly that this statement of mine looks quite incomplete without taking the name of Dr. Tariq Rana and Nadine Sheikh. Certainly a team which is developing and all the things as far as Canberra is concerned, it is in wonderful, dedicated hands of these volunteers who will be working tirelessly to achieve all the goals you set for them. Now, the next speaker, can I invite Mr. Harun Azam from, Vice President, he's Vice President of TDC Australia, and here he is just providing us with in relation to the journey and all the updates. So please welcome Mr. Harun Azam. I never knew that he's coming from my back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm here to share with you our remarkable journey in Australia by providing all the type of activities and services as a TTCO operations. Our vision is to provide a comprehensive care and education to all the affected people from diabetes, and at the same time to lead them to their healthier life. This is our vision. Our objective is a vision at the same time. Now, looking at this is what some of the events we have been doing. And now, before we go into the events details, let me walk you through the journey of our TDC here. In 2018, somewhere in the month of April, TDC Australia operations were established here, and it's a non-profit organization. So therefore, any donations or charities which you are giving, it's all tax deductible. So please be generous and open your heart for this noble cause. Apart from that one, the TDC also is fully sponsoring Sahiwal, one of the hospitals. That's fully sponsored by TDC Australia. And it's an amazing project which, which I would like to share with you. And then we have at the same time, we also set up a clinic apart from the hospital, because hospital is still under construction. So therefore, the clinic has been set up to provide the services to the local people in Pakistan. And the third, and similarly, the same thing is in Kashmir in 2024, that have also been set up. However, when it comes to the hospital on wheel, it's a brainchild of Dr. Ahmed, so I think he will be elaborating much more in details. So I will leave this particular concept for him to explain. Now, in parallel, TDC Pakistan is also doing the similar kind of activities. They are giving the awareness to the different communities, and at the same time collecting funds so that they can provide all type of services to the local people there who don't have access to the health system. So that's the major challenge we have here in Pakistan. And some of the activities you can see, and while we should be very proud to say that we have a structure in all the major cities now. I mean, we have the teams in Perth, in Brisbane, on all the major cities now. So this is amazing, the thing which we can share with you, that alhamdulillah, we are progressing together. Now, another thing which I'd like to share with you, that when it comes to the TDC Sahiwal Hospital, the total funds are acquired 1.1 million. And out of 1.1 billion, 0.5 billion has already been collected. And that money has already been injected into the project. The remaining is only 600K. Now the 600K, just to give you the idea, that last year, nearly 400K we had generated. And it's amazing. I mean, nearly 400K has been generated last year for the TDC Sahiwal project. That's the statistics are. The biggest achievement is from Sydney, 154K. And then we have Melbourne, 77K, 65 from Wollongong. And then Adelaide 50, 48K from Perth, and then Brisbane is and then Canberra. So these are all the statistics in terms of collection we have.
Canberra collection.
And believe me, this 0.6 is nothing now. We can, hopefully, inshallah, this is our aim is, and in this year we are going to collect the rest of the money, and that's what we are aiming for. Now, when it comes to the project, before going into the project as such, there are four types of, activities we are sponsoring from here in Australia. Number one, dialysis. Number two, the TB, the type 1 type of diabetes and type 2 type of diabetes. And number four is the foot care. So these are the four type of treatments are being sponsored from Australia. And we are sponsoring all over, the Pakistan. It's not only for Saima, it's all over the Pakistan. That's why we have a clinic in Kashmir and some other places. So that's what we are doing. Otherwise, the projects are, as I said, the Saima project, and then we have a Kashmir clinic, which was being set up in 2024. And that's it. But before I hand over to Dr. Saab, to you, my humble request is, look, if we say all of us stay connected, the way we are collaborating with each other, we can do wonders. And we can do wonders together with the help of you. Thank you very much. You have done a great work.
Let's clap once more for all this wonderful information which we have got from Azim Sahab. And then I remember the day when last year, it was last year, but the things had started and being discussed a bit earlier. And that was that Dr. Ahmed Khan, his campaign that there has to be a hospital on wheels in Pakistan. And I'm sure that we first were very skeptical about the success of that project, but his seriousness actually just got all of us, all of Canberra into it. And I'm so proud that the first ever thing which was done last year, and that was a similar sort of fundraising function, it actually got more than $100,000 in one night. And that project, the reason was simple, that the project itself was number one innovative project in terms of, all the facilities, and to get and think that we can take all first-class medical facilities to rural areas of Pakistan or small towns of Pakistan. Certainly, you won't believe it, but here was a man with conviction, and he made us realize that, look, I've been going there every year. I spent few months every year over there, and I know that how to get the things done. And believe me, that if you support, that project will take its wings. And it certainly has taken its wings. So I'm now inviting Dr. Ahmed Khan, Director, Healthy Hearts International, to give us some briefing. And be aware of one thing. When Dr. Ahmed Khan comes, I have just upgraded him as my teacher also, because he dispenses such wonderful, wonderful information about the medics and also that what the diseases are like. And of course, thank you very much, Doctor.
So much pressure on me now. Assalamu alaikum, good evening, and thank you everyone for coming. Special guest, High Commissioner, my special guest, Professor Iqbal Saab, and my colleagues and from local. So thank you everyone for coming. And my great friends, all sitting there, and brothers and sisters, thank you so much for coming. I think I'm going to start with that is our responsibility to look after our patients and our poor people. So I'm just calling it, I think we say Fardul Ain. Imams have started with a So that make it easy for me to say that we need to look after our patient. And at the end, we'll describe a bit more. So do you guys know what is the leading cause of death around the world of Pakistan? I was told by Isra that I should not move from here, but I can't help myself. I'll be keep coming to you guys because I'm going to ask a few questions.
But that's what a teacher does.
So anyone knows what is the leading cause? And it's very hard for me to speak in front of one of the best speakers in the world. So it's too much pressure on me. So please ignore me.
You're putting me on press.
Anyone knows what is the leading cause of death in Pakistan, Adnan? Anyone else? Heart disease. So cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death. And then why I started this project, what was the reason, what I do in Pakistan. So I'm just going to share some of the work I do in Pakistan and what changed my life. I think I shared this last time, but there was two events that happened in my life and that changed my life. Rather than chasing big cars, big house, I thought, no, I think life is too short. And Urdu, we say, Saman so baras ki palki khabar nahi. So we don't know what will happen to you, what is around the corner. In simple English, we say, we don't know what is around the corner. We make big plans, but we don't know what will happen. So what happened, I'm just going to, in 1 minute, tell you about the two incidents that happened. 2012, one of my young patients who had a big plan, want to go to enjoy White Christmas. He died on the table, 52. Acute MI, during procedure, he died. Literally talking to us, and next second, he had a cardiac arrest and died. So I came out and I said, is that life? He bought tickets, business class, he wanted to travel, but he's gone. Second, my security guard in Pakistan, he died in front of my house. And I thought, I wish I had checked his blood pressure. And that changed my plan or thoughts or perception on life. What exactly life is. Why we working hard, but for what? So these are the few things that changed my life. And it can happen to anyone, our loved one. So the things that we provide for Pakistan, I'm going to share some. So all that money that you guys donate to me or to my charity or to TDC is going to the right place. And I've made that promise, and that promise will be there. So these are some of the projects. So I'm going to divide into 3 parts. In part 1, what I have done or achieved or what we are doing. In part 2, as Dr. Saab is looking after young kids, my plan is to groom my young doctors. We give them education, but we are not grooming the way that we should groom them. So my second project or part 2 is what I'm doing for their grooming in Pakistan and local community or local medical student. In part 3, I will talk about the hospital on wheel project. And please stop me if you guys have any questions. So far what I have done. So that incident happened in 2012. And then I was thinking, in our Urdu we say, Sheikh Chidi. I was just making plans, one day I will do this, and then the hospital, clinics, and I'm putting things on the paper, making drawings. I think maybe that will work. Discuss with a few of my friends. And when there are few people, everyone has different ideas. So for 1 year, lots of discussion, but there was nothing happening. And I thought, no, I think I will start. If someone wants to join me, they're welcome. But I will just start somewhere. So I started my charity in 2015. We started with simple medical camps. Every time I visit Pakistan, I was in trouble with my family that you come for holidays and you're out. The whole family was upset. And I said, no, it's the time zakat. I can give money. But how I have to give my time to my people, which is, I call it zakat or charity of my time. Because giving time to someone is the most important thing. You can't take the time back. You can give money. You've got lots of money, Allah will give you more money. But the time is the most important thing. So my intention was always to go spend some time, do a clinic, So that was the basic we started. So far I have done multiple medical camps, workshop for junior doctors, and share my skills in Pakistan. So I'm an interventional cardiologist, fixing all the broken heart in Canberra. So if someone need intervention, so sharing that knowledge, because for me this is Sadkai Jariya, so he can save another just like size teaching surgical skills. So I thought this is better for me to just go train someone. And maybe one day if I'm there, if I had a heart attack, so I'll be in good hand. So they can save my heart. So plus Australia is one of the best countries. We are so generous. Every time I go from here, so I go to hospital, I work in national capital. So I just say, is there anything that I can take? So the nurses, staff, the hospital, they always say, yeah, we kept stuff for you. So they know that I'm going on this month. So they keep collecting stuff for me to take it to Pakistan. I work in Bundaberg. I get a call from there. We got so much stuff for you. Where do you want? What do you want? So this is amazing country. We take everything for granted, but people in Pakistan really suffering because I go very regularly. So far we run multiple different small projects. Russian program, we did that for during COVID time. School, we support school students with books and laptops. And I think I'm getting few laptops donation from one of my friends. He thought he brought it here, so he's going to give it to me. So these are some of the clinics that we did. I'm just sharing, not to show off, but that real work, we do real work on ground, not just saying it, but we deliver, we do that. So these are some of the clinics, and I got this $15,000 worth of machine for free. So I took that to Pakistan, and a lot of people are getting help from that. So I think this is the generosity of the people of Australia. So these are some of the clinics. And the cost of procedure, so angioplasty, angiogram is we go through the wrist, we check the arteries. If there is a blockage, we open it, we fix it. So for that, we need wire, balloon, and stent. And the cost is between 150,000 rupees to 300,000 rupees. It depends on the stent, whether you get a Chinese stent or American stent. In Australia, you never thought about. We are so lucky. We just go to Canberra Hospital and you get it everything for free. You never ask, I got American stent. But back home situation is slightly different. So these are the costs. And again, see the generosity of close to $200,000 worth of equipment I have received for free from different medical companies and hospitals. So it's amazing. I received FFR machine, which is the latest technology. We do a pressure wide test. So there was no FFR machine in Balochistan. I got the machine and I took there and they are using and people are getting benefit from. So these are all the equipment. So during COVID, there was lack of ventilators, BiPAP, nasal cannulation. So, and I called few of my friends and I said, I seriously need some help. Please help me. And to be honest, I got so much that I bought so many machines. I'm going to show you. This is all the donation is given through a proper channel to a public hospital. So as Health Secretary for Balochistan received all these donations from me on behalf of you guys, on behalf of Australia. And I call it Stent for Life. I had an old patient who was waiting for 6 months for my procedure because he could not afford it. And he had angina or minimal exertion. So going from home to mosque, getting chest pain. And we had only 33 stents and we had 35 patients. So I can't put 5 stents in one patient. So we were in difficulty how to treat this guy who can't even walk, 100, 200 meters. So I call it Stent for Life. So you can, sponsor this, you can donate to Stent in Life program or ration program or the little kids education program. So these are some of the machines that was donated. I'm going to go a bit faster. And this is my great friend, Isra. I call him brother from different mother. This is his dialysis center. So he's sponsoring this with the help of people from Wollongong, Sydney, towards this dialysis center. It's amazing. When I just visited, to be honest, I was so emotional to see people who got end-stage kidney disease and they can't afford dialysis. But with the help of your zakat, khairat, and your money, they are getting free dialysis. So $50, $150 a week, no one can afford. And the other thing is, like, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, for me, our kidney does the same job, $3 in one day, but God never asked us to give you $150. We just get it for free. We don't appreciate it. So the dialysis that one kidney does in one day in the machine, we do machine, we do it 3 in a week. So this is, how much Allah look after us. So this was amazing. This was heart-touching. This very old guys, poor people who can't afford, they're getting free service. So what I do for local community, because local people have the right as well, because I'm practicing in this city, they have the right. It's my responsibility to look after, especially people from immigrant or poor people in Canberra. So we do different camps in different organizations, different places, different medical, different RSL or like different places. So we go and we do screening. So last time when I did one in Bright, someone with a blood pressure of 190. So that reminded me the same thing. My patient, my security guard who died in front of my house. So this is the local work we do for local people, because I love my local community. They are the ones supporting all my projects. So I love you guys. Yeah. So my dream was, hopefully, I think it's a big dream, that I would like to screen everyone. And one of the things when I go to anyone's house for dinner, nowadays they're not inviting me, because whenever I go, I talk about diet. And then now I'm famous that he comes, he talk diet, so don't invite him to the house. So screening for blood pressure, you can prevent heart disease, you can prevent kidney disease, you can prevent stroke. So you can prevent heart failure. So hypertensive heart disease, hypertensive kidney disease, vascular disease is very common. But if I capture this, if I make the diagnosis early, I can prevent heart attack, I can prevent heart failure. So important. And one small thing can save so many lives. So again, Imam is sitting here, but one of the greatest blessings that I don't write my name on my WhatsApp, I write health is wealth. Okay, our wealth is our health, especially when you're close to 50 or between 40 and 50, you need to invest in your health now, because after 50 it plateaus and then it goes down. So you need to look after yourself now, invest in your health now, especially in your heart health. So one of the greatest blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God has given to human being is that He has blessed with good health and gifted it to them like a crown on the heads. So please look after yourself. If you are in good health, you can look after your family, you can look after your kids, you can look after other people. So invest in your own health as well. So these are some of the risk factors. I normally say to my friend that smoking increases your risk of heart disease by 36%. So it's just simple. If you work on your smoking, there are a few smokers sitting at the back. If you just work on your smoking, you're reducing your risk of heart disease by 36%. If you treat your blood pressure, early diagnosis of hypertension, you reduce your risk by 18%. If you do a simple brisk walk, 30-35 minutes, 7 days a week, you have reduced your risk by 26%. So this is my responsibility to teach you and reduce. So it's called primary prevention, how to prevent heart disease. Yes, it's affecting my business, but it's okay. God has given me enough to live. I don't need big car or cars. So we need to look, at least check your 5 numbers, which is your blood pressure, your sugar, cholesterol. So that will prevent all the heart disease. Some of my friends, smokers, are getting upset with me. Um, so hypertension is a silent killer. You don't get any symptoms. You only get symptoms once you get above 200. So please check your blood pressure regularly. So once you get to 1450, there's a 10-year gap between subcontinent people, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, compared to local people. So everyone between the age of 40 and 50 should be checked for heart disease. And in local, between 50 and 60, you need to come and see me. So we need to check for the heart disease. That was just a joke. So same thing with diabetes. It's like Isra said, it's the mother of disease. It affects every organ of. But by simple early diagnosis, and let me just give you one simple example. If you are pre-diabetic, you're obese, your insulin level, fasting insulin is high, you start with your lifestyle, diet, exercise, and take a simple one medication called metformin. You can delay the onset of diabetes by 15 years. And this is based on UK PDA study. So just by doing few simple steps, you can prevent heart problem, kidney problem, vascular problem. So the next thing is, I'll be quick because I would like to give more time to Professor Iqbal because I really want to listen to him. So grooming of our doctors. I think we give skill, we give knowledge, we make them a great doctor, but they are missing few things. They are not kind, they are not humble, they have no bedside manner. They treat our patients so badly, and sometimes that can make you very upset. So that how you treat your patient. But sometimes, people at the age of 50 or 60, you can't change them. They're already grown, you can't change them. So my aim is to change, at least talk to these young people, how to change their attitude towards our patients. The kindness, the empathy. I'm not asking for sympathy, I'm asking for empathy. And social responsibility. So the grooming of our young doctors is so important. So as I said, we give knowledge, we give skills, but they got attitude problem. They should be a role model for the society, but we are chasing something different. And that is very sad. So what I thought, on top of sharing my skill with them, I want to make them a good doctor, a good human being. So that's the most important, not just the skill, to be the best and do the best intervention, but no, to be a good human being. So in Pakistan, I go to different colleges, different hospitals, junior doctors, spend time with them and give that message, how to be kind, responsible. So these are my recent trip to Pakistan. I just came 2 weeks ago. You can see I'm at the airport, running around, going from one city to the other city. And my family was very upset, but that's okay. It for me is the legacy that I wanted to teach and train my junior doctors. So we did lots of sessions, lots of lectures, lots of workshops. So these are my aim that I will teach them, the character grooming, social responsibility, kindness, empathy, bedside manner on top of their medical skills. So these are some of the lectures that I delivered over there and some of the work we did there. And now coming to charity and the hospital on wheel. So sometimes I think I should change the name. Rather than calling hospital on wheel, I should call it hospital Canberra on wheel. Because you guys donated this whole money. I came and you guys gave me $110,000 in September 2000. So that was amazing. Amazing. In one night, 65 people donated 110,000. This is unbelievable. And that's why I say I love you guys. You guys are amazing. And Atif said, I can't donate this time. I said, I don't need money from you. You just come to the talk. That's all I need. Your presence is more than enough. I need support from my community. So that's all. And this time he's going to donate a lot of money, inshallah. So again, what is talking briefly with your permission, Imam. I'm not a scholar, but for me, what what is family? What do you think about family? So that's come to charity. So do you think family is my son, my kids, my wife, my daughter? Is that your family? Is that what you think about your family? Or is it, animal do the same thing? So what is a human being? So I divided into three circles. And you guys need to think about yourself tonight. Are you in the gray, blue, or yellow? Okay? So something to learn. So gray, when you just think about yourself, being selfish, you just think about your wife, your daughter, and wife thinking about the husband. So that's the gray, which is like animals do the same job, or maybe do a better job. And it's the blue. You think about your parents. You think about your neighbors. So that's the blue side. Then the best one is, so the white, a bit more extended, families, friend, cousin. So for me, the best is the yellow. And I would like to be in that yellow ring. So yellow, you're not just thinking about your friends, colleagues, family, your parents, or think about the whole community. You think about everyone, whether it's a black, white, local, anyone. From India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, UK, anyone. So as our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, said, he was Omar So he was for everyone. And we have to be that role model, to be kind to everyone, to look after everyone. So these are some of the, I think, obligations on us to be, the faith we follow. So we need to look after everyone in community. So I'm just going to skip few of the slides. And now, talking about hospital on wheel, when my security guard died in front of my house, and I thought I need to do something. So this was one of the projects that I was planning, writing, thinking, and discussing with few friends, and they said, why I think it's not possible. It's such a big country with your small thing. And I said, yeah, it's okay. Even if it's a drop in the ocean, I'll start somewhere. So then, I was doing a Google search, got few pictures from different organizations. So that was the first picture that came and I said, I want something like this. And that's where it started. So that was the first picture after a lot of work on this project. And then you can see the project. Excellency was in our first in September last year. And you can see the team behind. Everyone worked really hard. So this is your project. This is not TBC project. It's not my project. It's your project. Without your help, it was nearly impossible. So amazing, and thank you so much. And I would like to say, this is your investment for your after. One day we all die. We all go to this small space. So God will ask, and this is your investment. Like investment in your health, do investment in your akhirah. And give zakat money, find zakat of your time. So everyone goes, is, other than doctors, I think you guys, everyone can do something. Give time to other people. I think this is your time, zakat. So we started this, and there was a few things that was in my mind that I would like to start few emergency clinics in Pakistan for heart. And inshallah, that's my next project. Once we get 2, 3, 4 buses, then we can get to the next project with your help. So now this is again the pictures I was drawing, how the clinic will be inside, what will be the pathology look like, where to, even the driver, where to sit, and all these small things was going through. And Israr was involved in the whole process. And when I shared this with chairman of GDC, he said, this is amazing. This was something in my mind. Let's do it together. I said, perfect. Share with Israr. He said, this is amazing. Let's do it together. So again, you can see I was drawing different way how to do this. Am I able to do some hard procedure like angiogram is of plastic? which will be the next project, inshallah. So this is then, I thought, let's do a joint project. So we signed and we started the process. So TDC Australia, because I'm most of the time here, I go every second, third, or fourth month to Pakistan. So they can look after, they can provide support. And my vision is exactly the TDC vision. So we'll work together because there is no other agenda behind. Our work is just to provide care to our poor people. That's all our responsibility. I think this is first of time. So we did, and Alhamdulillah, the first one is on the road, and we have done multiple clinics. And recently, Israr was there. He took the bus, or you call it the truck, or the camper truck to Kashmir, and he did a clinic over there. So these are some of the clinics. The fundraising, we got 110,000 in the first fundraising, and then we got 26,000 in the second fundraising. So that was, so we received 136,000 so far. Blocking anything? Oh, sorry. So I don't like to be on the stage. I would like to be close to you guys. Apology. So these are some of our upcoming clinics. We are planning to go to KPK. I'm originally from Quetta, Balochistan. So my Balochistan is far behind. So hopefully one day, inshallah, we will take one or two buses to our province as well, with your help, inshallah. Inshallah. So these are some of what we provide in that clinic right now: pathology, clinical assessment, ECGs, and in future the plan is to provide, just like Heart of Australia and Queensland, they are doing intervention. So one day, inshallah, we are trying, if we can, with the help of our High Commissioners, to get that truck. If we can get the old one from them and take it to Pakistan, that would be amazing. So we all done, and we can take it there, and Wakas can sponsor that truck. So these are the services we provide on the truck. So I go regularly. I do clinic with TDC. I do clinic in Quetta and Balochistan. So wherever we get the opportunity, we just go and work for the people. It's heartbreaking, to be honest. I did a procedure, maybe I think I shared a few times, but I can't delete that from my mind. I did a procedure on a very old guy. He was selling bananas outside. You might have remembered this story. So he was waiting. I did a procedure. I put a stent. Next day, we normally go and check their bronch because his artery was very calcified in the radial artery. So 90% of the time, we do procedure from the right place. I went and I said, Baba, kaise ho? How are you? He said, I'm great. I feel like the pressure is off from my chest. So a big smile on his face. And then I said, Madam, I'm very happy. And I really felt like inside deep, you can feel like, that happiness, you can't describe it. And then I said, Baba, I've said promise. First he said, give me your hand. In our culture, we don't give you hand to an old man to kiss your hand. Because this is so, we normally kiss our elderly hand. He said, give me your hand. I need to kiss your hand. I said, no, Baba, ye kaam nahi karna. Kehne nahi, aap is Mubarak Khan say, you saved my life. So I gave my hand. I just felt really bad, like my father is kissing my hand. Then I said, okay, Baba, make sure to take these tablets. And then he started crying. I said, you should have told me that, I have to take tablets because I sell bananas and I don't have money to pay for the medication. I got kids, I have to pay for rent. And I just felt like we go out, we just buy lunch for 25 minutes. Yes, I'll be finishing soon. So there's not something to share, but I think I would give time to our respectable guests. So just finishing on this, that touched me so much that, how we take everything for granted. So just the last slide is, please, donate, please help our project. Thank you.
Let's one more big set of applause for our wonderful Dr. Ahmed, who's been doing a lot. But I think that now we all know that how does Dr. Ahmed do is how. Now that's what how is very important for everyone, and he's doing really a great job as far as the how is concerned. But Doctor, just one quick question, or rather a suggestion that just to mend heart of others, please don't break the heart of your family. That's what is important, isn't it? I'm just looking right. And look, just as a matter of fact, that I'm a bit conscious about very soon there will be a break for prayers and on praise will also be served. But before that, we have to cover a bit lot. And without further delay, it's my honor now to invite Excellency Zahid Hafid Chaudhry, High Commissioner of Pakistan to Australia. Please come over, sir, and give us your words of wisdom.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A very good evening to all of you. Let me also begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet and pay our respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. I understand it's almost Maghrib prayer time, so I'm very brief. But let me also acknowledge the honorable parliamentarians. Your presence here is a symbol of a manifestation of diversity and multiculturalism that truly lies at the heart of Australian society. Thank you very much for being here. Let me also acknowledge the wonderful team of TDC. They've been doing a remarkable work. Mustafa Saab and Dr. Isar, they always come to the Canberra from Wollongong for the fundraisers. I've never seen them visiting Canberra for any other reason than raising funds for those who need funds in Pakistan. Thank you very much for that. And thank you very much to Dr. Ahmed Khan. Dr. Ahmed Khan actually took another commitment that I'll arrange for that truck to be delivered in Pakistan, and I'll do that. But that reminds me of my first meeting with Dr. Ahmed Khan, and we discussed how to get the stands cleared in Pakistan that he was taking from Australia to Pakistan, always thinking for the people of Pakistan, always thinking for those who need his help. Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed Khan. And for the Canberra team of TDC, you couldn't have chosen better people than Javed Bansal, Dr. Tariq, all of you. Those guys, very influential people, Nadeem Sheikh Saab. I think you've got the best people to work for your cause and to be part of your initiative. But thank you very much to all of you for being such a wonderful community. Pakistan, the government of Pakistan, the people of Pakistan, we really feel proud of you. Pakistani diaspora, I believe, is the greatest national resource that we have. And we are truly grateful for that. And I'm more women and girls being part of this gathering here in Pakistan. In Pakistan, I'm so glad to share that our girls are invariably doing better than our boys in the secondary school examination, in the higher secondary school examination, and in the university courses. And more Pakistani girls are entering the medical school than Pakistani boys are doing. And not a small number, 20,000 Pakistani students become doctors every year we produce out of 118 medical schools and colleges that we have in Pakistan. But more importantly, I thank all of you for your love for Pakistan. You are away from Pakistan, but I am personal witness to the fact that your hearts still beat for Pakistan and beat with Pakistan and for the people of Pakistan. Thank you very much for that. And when it comes to philanthropy, Pakistanis are among the most philanthropic nation in the world. Pakistanis contribute more than 1.1% of our GDP towards philanthropic causes. And this is despite the fact that we are not a rich income country in Pakistan. And that compares us to countries like Canada, where they contribute 1.3% of their GDP towards philanthropy, and UK that contributes 1.2% towards their GDP, and we are just 0.1% behind, and we contribute 1.1% of our GDP towards the philanthropy cause. And according to a Stanford report, 98% of the Pakistanis contribute towards philanthropy. 98%. Those who cannot contribute in terms of cash, they contribute through their time and efforts. But truly proud of the fact that I belong to a nation that is one of the most philanthropic nations in the world. But when it comes to philanthropy, I cannot miss mentioning the Pakistani diaspora's role in that. Pakistani diaspora, I understand all major philanthropic institutions in Pakistan, be it DD Foundation, be it Awan Foundation, be it Shaukat Khanum Memorial Hospital, be it Shahid Afridi Foundation, the Citizen Foundation, EDC, it would not have been possible without the generous support of Pakistani diaspora. Thank you so very much for that. And in the end, let me also congratulate all of you for being such a wonderful part of this society, for being a contributor to Australia's success and growth. I have not visited an Australian town where a Pakistani doctor is not serving the community there. And I have not been to an Australian university where a major research project is not being led by a Pakistani. I would conclude by sharing with you quickly that I went to a university in Western Australia, and the Vice Chancellor took me to 4 of their projects. And all of those 4 projects were led by Pakistani researchers. And I asked the professor, did you bring me to these projects because these projects are being led by Pakistani researchers? So he said, well, that's a coincidence. But Excellency, I brought you to these projects because these 4 are key signature projects that we are really proud of. And that made me immensely proud of the contribution of Pakistani Australians. And thank you very much once again. It's always a pleasure and honor to be with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys, for your really kind words of appreciation. As a matter of fact, that wherever people from Pakistan are, they are making certainly significant contributions in the development of Australian society. And of course, it is simply reflecting that how wonderful the hearts of these people are. And I'm sure that, the presence, very presence of you, Lian, and then Peter Kane and all that, and Rima, Andrew, it is a testimony to the fact that there is a wonderful mutual relationship between the Aussie, I call them lovingly, and of course the Aussies like me. So with these words, now I should invite, it's an honor that if Lian Kesley come over, and because I'm very close friend of hers, I will allow her only 2 minutes from here. Please go back to your watch.
Thank you. I'll be far shorter than 2 minutes. Look, I've heard just the generosity that we have heard tonight is outstanding. And be generous, continue to donate. These projects are amazing. I know when preparing our policies coming into the election, diabetes is huge, and heart health, and definitely things that we need to do. Keep people out of hospital, work on that preventative health, and stay well, stay generous. Thank you for being in our beautiful city of Canberra, and that's enough from me.
What is that? Look, I think that if anyone among the ranks of local politicians deserves Pakistani citizenship, it will be Mr. Peter Kane. Peter, come over here, because in almost all functions of migrants, not only Pakistanis, if only one politician turns up, then he is Peter Kane. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Mohammed, my friend. And it's Mohammed's fault because it's hard to say no to this man. Have you noticed that? I have. But I do acknowledge my commission. It's lovely to see you again. I acknowledge my Assembly colleagues, Leanne, the leader of the Canberra Liberals, and Andrew from the Greens. And thank you for all the medical experts, the community leaders in this room. And please give generously when you're able. Hospital on wheels. I've just fallen in love with that phrase. Hospital on wheels. My goodness, we could use it in some parts of Australia.
Definitely, yes, definitely.
So look, it's a delight to be with you yet again. I bring a colleague from Georgina Barry as well, who's the Shadow Minister for Multicultural Affairs, and I'm sure you'll get to know and appreciate Georgina. So thank you again, and thank you, Mohammed, for your very generous words to all of us, and thank you for your contribution to these very wonderful causes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I remember the discussion on Australia Day, and Chiaka was sitting next to me. That was wonderful. Thank you very much for your kind words. And now it's my pleasure to invite a new face on the horizon of politics. Rima is here. Please welcome Rima.
Good evening. My name is Rima Diab, and I'm really honored and privileged to be invited here. Thank you, Dr. Ahmed Khan. Thank you, Dr. Israr Khan, for your welcome. I did run for the Legislative Assembly last year. I did not get in, but it was a great experience. I was really honored and privileged to be able to speak to the people of Canberra. I had the opportunity to speak to lots of people. My campaign was short. It was only 6 weeks. And I was really honored to be able to get through to the people of Canberra and get a considerable number of votes. My reason of running is that I also believe that every member of the community deserves their voice to be heard and deserves an opportunity to succeed. I have a Bachelor of Medical Science, I have a graduate diploma in TESOL, and I'm an anti-certified Arabic translator and interpreter. And inshallah, in the next 4 years, I plan to run again with hopefully more planning, more community support and engagement. Thank you very much. And thank you for all the selfless and charitable work that everyone in this organization is doing. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you.
During a very kind. And please, next election is not too far, right? I really would love to see you, right, running for it. And inshallah, you'll be there and all your dreams will be realized, I'm sure. And then, of course, my wonderful friend from Garden area is Andrew Broderick, right? And he surprised us, right, when the first election was there, and then in the second election again. Wonderful.
Assalamu alaikum. I'll keep this short because no one wants to hear a politician tonight. That's not what we're here for. We're here to celebrate the great work that has been performed by the team of doctors and by everyone involved in this project, but also the charity that's within the room. It is through the charity that we provide that enables us to save so many lives and have such an impact on those who are unable to afford such medical attention. So fantastic work. Thank you so much for inviting me along tonight.
Kind of people. I'm really feeling sorry that because of the time constraints, we couldn't give you more time. But as a matter of fact, that given that you are not strangers for Pakistani community and all of us, there will be occasions when we'll be giving lots of time. Dear guests, brothers and sisters, it's almost time for the Maghrib prayer, and entrees will also be served. And one of the things which I just wanted to share with you, that in the original program, the inspirational talk on spreading awareness and supporting the fight against diabetes together, which is to be given by visiting professor from Pakistan, Professor Dr. Javed Iqbal, was supposed to be before this break, but because the program was started a bit late and all that, we could not. But as soon as the Maghrib prayers are done and the entrees will be also served in that period.
Entree is ready.
Right.
And people can help themselves. And Maghrib prayer is next.
And Maghrib prayer is also ready.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful, right? Okay. So let's have a break, Maghrib prayers break. And because for entrees, you'll have to go to that side, the kitchen side. Please feel free, right? Just join us for Maghrib prayers. And during this break, entrees will also be there. So after the break, then I reckon that 15 minutes kind of break, then we'll get back and we can start with Professor Dr. Javed Iqbal. Thank you very much. So kind of.
Ali, Ali.
Assalamu alaikum. Dear brothers and sisters, my name is Dr. Asjad Hamid. I am honored to be chairman of the Diabetes Center, which has taken the initiative to treat the diabetes in Pakistan. We are taking a lot of measures to help the people who are not able to afford the treatment of diabetes. I'm delighted to know that the TDC Australia is doing a lot for Pakistani people who are suffering from diabetes. They have taken the initiative in the February that they have taken the step forward to arrange many events across the Australia. I really salute TDC Australia because they have taken a lot as a responsibility to raise and build the construction of the TDC Sahiwal Hospital. It is under progress. Then they have also started to visit people at their homes, going to the villages, people who are not able to come to the hospitals, like hospital on wheels. that is also a remarkable project of the TDC Australia. Similarly, TDC Australia has been sponsoring us type 1 diabetes clinic and ongoing dialysis treatment for people who have kidney failure. I really appreciate your ongoing support for the Diabetes Center Islamabad and Sahiwal project. Today I want to praise your ongoing support and efforts for this Diabetes Center Islamabad, especially ongoing project of construction of the Diabetes Center at Sahiwal. Chaudhry Mustafa, Israr, and all of you are doing a great job for the noble cause. I am not with you physically, but my mind and my heart is with you, and I am praying for you all the success of this project. Well done, TDC Australia. Thank you very much.
Diabetes is a growing health crisis in Pakistan, affecting millions of lives. Managing this disease requires specialized care and continuous support. To serve more people in need, the Diabetes Center Islamabad, the country. Diabetes is a growing health crisis in Pakistan, affecting millions of lives. Managing this disease requires specialized care and continuous support. To serve more people in need, the Diabetes Center Islamabad, the country's largest diabetes specialty hospital, is building a new branch in Sahiwal. Construction is already underway, but we need your support to complete this life-changing project. Your donations will directly support the building of this facility, providing hope and healing to countless lives. Join us in this mission. Donate today.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाजरीन, आज हम मौजूद हैं शुजाबाद रावला कोट में। यहाँ पे डायबिटिक सेंटर इस्लामाबाद की तरफ से हर 3 मंथ बाद शुगर का बाकायदा कैंप लगाया जाता है, जिसमें स्क्रीनिंग भी की जाती है, जिसमें टेस्ट भी किए जाते हैं और जिसमें बाकायदा डॉक्टर हजरात जो कि डायबिटोलॉजिस्ट हैं वो बैठते हैं, वो बाकायदा मायना करते हैं पेशेंट्स का। और उसके साथ साथ यहाँ पे बाकायदा लैब्स मौजूद हैं जहाँ पे उनके बाकायदा जो कि ज़रूरी टेस्ट होते हैं वो टेस्ट किए जाते हैं। और उसके साथ साथ माहिर ग़िज़ाइयात भी इनके पास मौजूद होता है हर कैंप में, जो कि शुगर के मरीज़ को ने क्या खाना है, कब खाना है और कौन सी चीज़ नहीं खानी, ये सारी चीज़ें उनको प्रोवाइड की जाती हैं। ये जो कैंपिंग होती है, ये कैंपिंग होती है हाउ के तहत। हॉस्पिटल ऑन व्हील एक इनकी गाड़ी है जिसको हाउ का नाम दिया है इन्होंने। ये बाकायदा एक पूरा हॉस्पिटल है जो कि व्हील्स के ऊपर मौजूद होता है और ये मुख्तलिफ सिटीज़ के अंदर पंजाब में मुख्तलिफ शहरों में, कश्मीर में, KP में, मुख्तलिफ शहरों में जाके ये बाकायदा स्क्रीनिंग और कैंप्स करते हैं। तो ये एक बड़ा अच्छा इकदाम है इनका। यहाँ पे मौजूद जो एडमिन हैं जो कि इस सारे हॉके सिस्टम को देख रहे हैं दी डायबिटिक सेंटर के तहत, तो हम उनसे भी बात करेंगे, उनसे भी जानेंगे कि ये कैंपिंग आप कहाँ कहाँ पे कर रहे हैं और क्या फैसिलिटेट कर रहे हैं पब्लिक को, और क्या क्या पैकेजेस आपके चल रहे हैं। आसिफ साहब, इनसे हम बात करते हैं। कैसे हैं आप आसिफ साहब?
अल्लाह का शुक्र।
आसिफ साहब, थोड़ा सा हाउ के बारे में हमें बताइएगा, ये कैंपिंग कहाँ कहाँ पे आपकी होती है और क्या पैकेजेस आप पब्लिक के लिए लेके आए हैं?
सबसे पहले तो आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। लोगों को ये बताना चाहूँगा कि ये हॉस्पिटल ऑन व्हील अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह TDC द डायबिटिक सेंटर इस्लामाबाद की मदद से, बल्कि वही इसे रन कर रहे हैं। हम दूर दराज के इलाके जो लोग इस्लामाबाद नहीं पहुंच सकते, उनकी मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज़ के लिए कि तमाम टेस्ट जो इस्लामाबाद में होंगे या कहीं वो आला मेयार के यहाँ पे इनके डोर स्टेप पे इन्हें प्रोवाइड करते हैं। और सबसे बढ़कर ये कि जो मुस्तहकीन हैं उनके लिए मुकम्मल तौर पर ये हम फ्री ऑफ कास्ट तमाम टेस्ट करते हैं। न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट जो होती हैं वो उन्हें गाइड करती हैं। आला दर्जे के जो डॉक्टर्स हैं हमारे पास मौजूद हैं, वो इन्हें गाइड करते रहते हैं, मेडिसिन देते हैं। और सिर्फ यही नहीं कि जब हम यहाँ पे आते हैं तो इन्हें मेडिसिन देते हैं, इनके फॉलो अप पे भी जितनी भी मेडिसिन चाहिए होती हैं हम बज़रिया TCS इनको इनके डोर स्टेप पे प्रोवाइड करते हैं। तो हम आइंदा इसके बाद रावलाकोट के बाद नेक्स्ट वीक हम जा रहे हैं कि साहिवाल। उसके बाद हमारे प्लान में और बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं। हमारा तो मिशन ये है कि पाकिस्तान में डायबिटीज़ 0% होकर रह जाए, इसमें एक भी पेशेंट ना बचे। तो हमारी काविश है आप लोग आएँ, इससे भरपूर फ़ायदा उठाएं। जो पेइंग हमारे पेशेंट होते हैं जो इस्तात रखते हैं वो डोनेशंस भी करें, लेकिन पैकेज हमने उनके लिए भी रखा हुआ है कि जो टेस्ट बाहर से आपको बहुत ज़्यादा कास्ट में पड़ते हैं उनके लिए स्पेशल पैकेज में हमें बहुत ही कम रेट पे उन्हें करते हैं ताकि तमाम लोग इससे फ़ायदा उठा सकें।
बहुत शुक्रिया आसिफ साहब, ये इनका बहुत ही अच्छा इकदाम है कि जो पेइंग पेशेंट हैं इनके, जिनको ये ब्लू पेशेंट का नाम देते हैं, उनके लिए भी अभी जो इनका पैकेज चल रहा है वो 60% ऑफ के ऊपर चल रहा है और 3500 के अंदर ये सारे टेस्ट, डॉक्टर की कंसल्टेशन और लैब के सारे टेस्ट और मेडिसिन 3500 के अंदर ये जो है ना वो प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं और ये इनका बड़ा अच्छा इकदाम है। अच्छा आसिफ साहब बताइएगा, अभी नेक्स्ट जो आपके ये हाउ की तरफ से जो है ना कैंपिंग होने जा रही है वो कहाँ कहाँ पे होने जा रही है और उनकी डेट्स क्या हैं?
17 और 18 को हमारा साहिवाल में कैंप होगा। उस कैंप के बाद हम मूव करेंगे खानेवाल में सराय सिद्धू, वहाँ पे एक प्लेस है, एक दिन का वहाँ पे कैंप करेंगे। वहाँ पे भी यही पैकेजेस हैं, यही जो मुस्तहकीन हैं उनके लिए फ्री है। और स्क्रीनिंग जो हम बंदे को आके चेक करें कि उसे शुगर है कि नहीं है, वो तमाम के लिए फ्री ऑफ कास्ट है। कोई भी बंदा आके उससे फ़ायदा उठा सकता है।
बहुत शुक्रिया आसिफ साहब, थैंक यू। TDC की टीम का मैं जो है ना वो शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ, ख़ास तौर पे TDC ऑस्ट्रेलिया का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ और इंशाल्लाह मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट व्लॉग के अंदर।
Diabetes is a growing health crisis in Pakistan, affecting millions of lives. Managing this disease requires specialized care and continuous support. To serve more people in need, the Diabetes Center Islamabad, the country's largest diabetes specialty hospital, is building a new branch in Sahiwal. Construction is already underway, but we need your support to complete this life-changing project. Your donations will directly support the building of this facility, providing hope and healing to countless lives. Join us in this mission. Donate today.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाह। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, शुगर या डायबिटीज़ एक मूजी मर्ज़ है। हर 10 सेकंड के बाद एक शख्स शुगर की वजह से अपनी जान की बाजी हार देता है। शुगर जिस्म के तमाम आज़ा को मुतासिर करती है, जिल्द, आँखें, दिल, गुर्दे, जिगर और टांगें और खून की शरियानें, इन सब को ये इन्वॉल्व करती है और आहिस्ता आहिस्ता इंसान को ख़त्म कर देती है। आप अंदाज़ा लगाइए कि एक ऐसा मर्ज़ जो कि तशख़ीस हो सकता है, जिसका इलाज हो सकता है, ज़रा सी कोताही से ज़िंदगी से जान की बाजी हार देने का सबब बनता है। पाकिस्तान में एक नॉन प्रॉफिट गैर मुनाफा बख्श इदारा है जिसका नाम है डायबिटीज़ सेंटर, और इसको जो रन करते हैं वो हमारे दोस्त ऑस्ट्रेलिया में रहते हैं। उनमें से डॉक्टर सईद साहब और डॉक्टर इसरार साहब, ये मेरे दोस्त हैं, और डॉक्टर सईद साहब मेरे क्लास फेलो हैं, निश्तर मेडिकल यूनिवर्सिटी से पढ़े हुए हैं। हम वहाँ हम जमात थे। मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया आ रहा हूँ फरवरी के पहले हफ्ते में, इंशाल्लाह कैनबरा में, मेलबर्न में और वुलंगोंग में और एडिलेड में। इंशाल्लाह इन 4 जगहों पर मैं आप दोस्तों से मिलूंगा, और जो मेरे इंटरेस्ट के एरियाज़ हैं, यानी कि पेरेंटिंग, यानी पर्पसफुल लाइफ और तालीम व तरबियत के मुतालिक जो और मेरे एरियाज़ हैं, मैं इंशाल्लाह उस सिलसिले में आप लोगों से मुखातिब भी होऊंगा, गुफ्तगू भी होगी, सवाल व जवाब का सिलसिला भी होगा। और उन तकारीब में इंशाल्लाह हम कोशिश करेंगे कि आप जैसे और मुखय्यर हजरात दिल खोल कर एहतियात दें, जो कि डायबिटीज़ सेंटर पाकिस्तान के लिए इस्तेमाल होंगे, और ऐसे तमाम मरीज़ जो शुगर की वजह से अपनी जान की बाजी हार देते हैं, उनकी मदद हो सकेगी। तो इंशाल्लाह फरवरी के पहले हफ्ते में आपसे मुलाकात होगी ऑस्ट्रेलिया में।
Diabetes is a growing health crisis in Pakistan, affecting millions of lives. Managing this disease requires specialized care and continuous support. To serve more people in need, the Diabetes Center Islamabad, the country's largest diabetes specialty hospital, is building a new branch in Sahiwal. Construction is already underway, but we need your support to complete this life-changing project. Your donations will directly support the building of this facility, providing hope and healing to countless lives. Join us in this mission. Donate today.
will enhance motivation and will also deliver. A speaker can deliver a lot better if get your attention. That's the first request. Please have your full attention. And I promise you that for food, there will be no further delay and we can straight go for dinner after that. The second announcement is, because the purpose of this event is to collect some donation for charity. Awareness definitely is there. That's one of the main purpose today. But second and utmost purpose is actually to collect some donation. And there is auction as well as there will be donation collection. You raise your hand, our volunteers are there. They will take FPOS machines and some other facilities to you. The request really is that please stay here, don't go home. We know that it's Friday, you all are coming from work, and we really need your presence here for next an hour or so. So please stay. It's really, being the organizers, we apologize a lot that there is a bit of delay. It's partially because of it's Friday. Guests, they were coming home. They came here straight from work. Again, thank you so much. But we promise that there will not be further delay either in serving food or in auction and collecting donations from you and over to our handshake.
All these sheets are on the table. Make sure.
These sheets are on the table and they are for donation collection. So please scan that. Bank details are there and you can scan anytime you like. And we will definitely, other trick is that how to get money out of your pockets for this great cause. And we will try that after Dr. speech. Thank you.
So brothers and sisters, thank you very much for being wonderfully patient. And now, of course, the second part of this program is starting, which is certainly very or equally meaningful as the first part. Two things very quickly. One thing is that Tariq is stressed upon the point that all of us please be here. I know that it's a Friday night and you might need to go, but for this cause, for today only, this evening only, please be here and please be just up to the end. And if you don't mind, you can raise your hand to assure me how many of us will be here until the end. Please raise your hand.
At least I will.
All of you, please. All home ministries, please ask your partners to raise hands. Both of you. Please do, please do, please do. Now, what's it? Yeah, and definitely when we will start, then we all know that Alhamdulillah, if we are still alive after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we will see another Ramadan, another blessing from God, and another month of fasting. And part of the fasting, without saying, is certainly one of the most important or one of the 5 pillars of Islam, which is zakat. So please, 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 just very generously donate today for a very, very noble cause as it is. Somebody told me, Professor Dr. Javed Iqbal. Now, one thing, if I analyze this name, the word Iqbal means balandi, height. All of us agree? The word Iqbal means height. And then the word Javed in Urdu means that height, being on the mountain of, expertise and fame, right, continues for long. And that is sometimes eternal. And that is the meaning of Javed, right? So here is a combination of 2 very important names, Javed Iqbal. When I read it, not only doctor shies out when the word professor is added to it, because professorship is not that you can get it in one day. It is your mettle when you prove you become a professor. And Professor Emerita like him are the ultimate ultimate position and name in their field of expertise. It is certainly an honor and what a privilege for a small community of Pakistanis and all migrants in Canberra that such an eminent professor is here with us just to talk about it. Please listen carefully to what he says. I, being a student of biochemistry, I'm proud that I'm introducing Professor Dr. Javed Abbas today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have been praised so much that if you place there on the table and auction me before my speech, you will get the maximum money. But if you will listen whole speech and then auction me, then it will be a risk. Because it puts a lot of pressure on the speaker when he's praised so much. Because as I shared with you in Wollongong, that all of us have got a projected self and we have got a real self. And our real self is always smaller than our projected self. And those are great people who bring them together and try to bring them together. So it puts me immense pressure on me to really, because all good things about diabetes has been shared. And so that makes my job easy. But since everyone is expecting that I should say something, so I will just divide my talk into 3 segments. First of all, I would like to talk about diabetes bit because I have got a medical background. As perhaps you know that I was retired as a professor of surgery and head of department of surgery, and laparoscopic and cancer surgery was actually my specialty. And I had an honor that I was partly trained in St. George Hospital, New South Wales University, some 30 years back. So I worked in Cobra, and my professor is still there, mashallah. I met him the day before yesterday, and I was very happy to meet him. So see, diabetes is actually not a disease. It is a syndrome. And although it may not be the correct definition of a syndrome, but syndrome is something which affects more than one organs. And diabetes is such a metabolic disorder that our body, starting from our hair to our toes, is involved by diabetes. Many of you are doctors, so you understand the basic, biochemistry of it. But those of you who are not or less aware, I can briefly share in a layman's terminology that our mechanism to handle sugar is defective in diabetes. And as a result, that sugar, which is required by every cell, does not enter into the cell. When it does not enter into the cell, cells are actually starved of sugar. And not only that, the sugar which is not going into the cell, it comes into the circulation. And our body has to handle it. And in order to handle it, it converts into fat. And when it converts into the fat, it goes to the liver and makes it fatty liver. And fatty liver is also one of the mother of the diseases. And when it goes to the vessels, it makes atheromas there. And if this diabetes is combined with other fatal combinations like smoking, as he has mentioned, or hyperlipidemia or a family history, or hypertension, then it becomes a lethal combination. And in an eyes, simply diabetes can make someone blind. As simple as that. When it affects on our heart, it can lead to ischemic heart disease, and a person can die. If it affects kidneys, it can silently making a person to chronic renal failure, and he will not recognize. The normal GFR is 125 ml, and up to 60, there is no symptom. Talking in front of a nephrologist, but up to 60, there is no symptom. Until it becomes 13, when it becomes end-stage renal disease, then we don't have any choice. Either a kidney transplant, or we have to have a continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis or a hemodialysis, which means maybe 3 times a day, you have to go to the hospital, lie on the table, with the risk of all the pricks there, with infections and all those things, and a lot of money. So this is, very, very taxing and very, very serious situation. And similarly, when it involves the blood vessels, it can actually take blood supply from our leg. And diabetic foot, because this area is handled by me as a surgeon, so I know that there are 4 lethal combinations. There is a lot of sugar over there, so it's a good dining table for the microorganisms. So if the infection is there, it does not go. And then immunity is just lost. We know that there is a T cell problem of immunity in AIDS. And in diabetes also, there is a T cell lack of immunity. Exactly the same thing which actually occurs in a patient with AIDS occurs as far as immunity is concerned. And as a result, body cannot handle. And on top of it, if we have a small pebble of stone in our shoes, we will recognize it and will not be able to walk. But a patient with diabetes mellitus, unfortunately, is stinging. There is bad smell coming. Putrefying smell is coming from the field, and he does not realize because it's totally painless. The neighbors, they just come and complain that, look, we can't stay in our rooms because it is so much foul smelling. And a time comes when a surgeon cannot even guarantee saving of a life, even after chopping the legs. Yeah, even after chopping the legs, you can't save it. So, but the second part of this understanding is actually a big shame that all this serious scenario can be avoided just by a prick and getting a drop of a blood and checking a blood sugar. I can quote a very important study which was conducted in our neighboring country, India, where a general practitioner, along with his internees, geo-fenced the area, went to a center, just collected all the people and just did three things. Number one, checking blood pressure. Number two, checking blood sugar, fasting blood sugar, and providing them the first dose of the medicine and an address from where they can get the medicine afterwards. And after about 10 years, he published a paper. And it was a very accomplished paper. And it was a talk of the, discussion rooms in the surgical and medical fraternity. And he was actually, given a very big Indian and also an international award for doing this, because after 10 years, the incidence of patients on hemodialysis, they were decreased. Incidence of blindness decreased. Incidence of renal failure decreased. Incidence of heart disease are decreased. Not only that, we know that patients who have diabetes mellitus, they are under stress. They are more prone to have mental health problems. They are more prone to have problems with their sexual life, hence their family life. So in fact, diabetes mellitus is actually a curse. And thank you very much, my brothers, Dr. Israr, and all other brothers. Sorry if I don't name their names. They have started a wonderful initiative. Back home in the country, although there's a good news as well, especially for Punjab, I can say, because I was involved in healthcare, I was principal of a medical college. There is actually a revamping of the basic health units. There are revamping of the rural health centers. The Tehsil headquarter hospitals, the teaching hospitals, they are improving. My son is actually, in charge in Bahawalpur of AIDS program. So, through him, I know that the government is also serious about it. And suddenly, when I was sitting there, an idea prompted in my mind, and I think utilizing the offices of His Excellency, there is another thing we can do. And that is that it is very nice that you are opening hospitals over there. But what you can do is, and His Excellency can help in this, you can also adopt the already existing government institutions. And I know that government is serious about it. Like a Tehsil headquarter hospital may be adopted by Australian, Pakistani diaspora in Australia, and there is some kind of a mutual understanding, and His Excellency can help in it and can coordinate with it, and I know that government will welcome it. And this will be the first drop, and instead of constructing new hospitals, spending more money, you already have an existing hospital, which somehow government is not really being able to run it efficiently to that standards. But it will now be run by an Australian standard, or international standard, and it will be run by people who are, their credibility will be more as compared to people like me, and their honesty will be, more as compared to people like me. So this will be a very win-win situation. And perhaps before His Excellency is moved to, for his responsibility somewhere else, probably this thing can be discussed with him, and he can just put it to Prime Minister or Chief Ministers, especially Chief Minister of Punjab, because Punjab government, maybe there's a bias because I was, in that system. But I think if someone gives an idea that we want to adapt, so we can save our money from building new things, we can just take those buildings in. So this is probably can be one thing which is on the table. So, thank you. So please, I came all the way from Pakistan to say this thing which you already know. And that is, please donate. People need your money. And not only money, people actually they need connection. And this is one way of developing that connection. And working with Israel Business Foundation and this diabetes clinic, I can assure you that each penny of you is being properly audited. They will reach to the right source, and each penny of you will be spent on a right place. So this is the first part of my talk. Please donate. Thank you very much. The second thing is that I've already received many questions, and I would like to just introduce some of my work because of which I'm just standing over here. As you know, I was a surgeon and a medical teacher. I did my master's in medical education after my fellowships from Pakistan, from UK, from USA, and a fellowship from Australia. And I went to India as a guest speaker. So they honored me with a fellowship from Indian College of Laparoscopic Surgery as well. So, I was a good professor at that time, but I thought I should just learn the medical education part of it, because I thought that in the later twilight of my career, I'll be focusing more on medical education. So I did masters in that. And because of that, I was into topics like information processing, organizational leadership, emotional intelligence, and these type of topics. And then when this Troy social media came, and I started putting these things on social media, suddenly I was being invited from TV channels, from universities, from nationally, from internationally. And initially I was very happy. People want to take a selfie with you, and you just keep on following. You have got 1 million followers. But then I realized that as a doctor, if I give a wrong injection and something happens, I'm responsible for that. What about if I tell something and that actually influences the thought process of someone? It is even more dangerous than giving a wrong injection. So I just felt the responsibility, and I seriously looked into it, that with this skill, what can I do? I thought fame is not a problem. What we do with the fame is the actualization. Money is, do you have money or you don't have money is not an issue. But what you do with the money, that is the issue. To have an authority is not an issue, but what do you do with that authority? That is the issue. So, feeling that responsibility, I did a research, and you asked in your opening sentence, tell us about Pakistan, what is happening there. So that is a question everyone wants to ask. Please let us know, because when you see in social media, you always, think that there is something very serious going on. So this question is actually a question in everyone's mind. So it was on my mind too. So after doing a lot of search and research, talking to various people in various walks of life, I concluded, I specified for Pakistan, but we can generalize it to globally as well, that everywhere there are crises. Sometimes there's a crisis, economic crisis. Sometimes there's a social crisis. Sometimes there's a political crisis. At times, there is crisis related to education system or a health system. But I have realized that all those crises, they originate from one crisis, and that is crisis of character. When people are not characterful, whether he is a small shopkeeper or a sweeper on the road or a prime minister of a country or people in between all, if they as an individual and as a group, they lack their character, then that's the point where crisis starts. So I thought, in order to develop character in a people, there are two ways. One is top to bottom approach. For example, when Hazrat Umar bin Abdul Aziz became Khalifa, then next day, the whole governance system changed. So we hope that someone like Hazrat Umar bin Abdul Aziz, he just comes and takes over. But these type of miracles usually don't happen. Miracles also have got a science and a logic behind it. They don't pop up out of nowhere. There is another way of bringing a change in society, and that is from bottom to top approach, which means I start from myself and make that role model that no one can lift finger on me, and no one can say that this person is one which is against Pakistan. This person is one which is not worthy to be called to be a Muslim, right? And then I work on my wife. Then I work on my children. And slowly I increase my zone of influence, and I work on that. Although it's a slow process, it will take decades of life. By the time some tangible change will be visible, I'm sure I'll I'll not be here in this world. But at least, that's what I can do. So very consciously, I started this project with the help of some other friends. And one of the organizations is Character Education Foundation. If you go to the website, you can find a lot more on it. We developed a program, or we developed a system in which in 4 hours, we can teach the parents basic principles of parenting, which is applicable anywhere in the world. To Muslims, to non-Muslims, to persons with the developed countries, to most people with the underdeveloped countries, rich or poor. And these principles are very universal. And in Pakistan, we calculated that there are 3.75 lakh mothers. When I say mother, I don't exclude father from it. Mother not as a noun, but mother as a verb, right? The mothering unit. So in Pakistan, as we speak, there are 3.75 lakh mothering units. If we reach to them, and now with the social media, we can reach to them, and just take them 4 hours and teach them these principles. And then social research tells us that if we create only 20% population which follows one system, then they influence about 80% of the population. Because in a normal population, 10% are those which are smart, but their intention is not good. 10% are those which are smart and they are of good intentions. And the rest of the 80% trend follows. Now the problem is those who are smart and mischievous and crooked people, they are very well organized. So they make a trend and rest of the 80% just join them. But if we just forget about those 10% and we talk about those good person and organize them, they just expand and become 20%. So there's a principle called Pareto principle. If you just look at it, this principle was used in economics, that 80% of the wealth all over the world is created by 20% of the people. And then this energy is being used on different walks of the life. And this holds true socially as well. That if we create only a critical population of 20% who has got the same thinking pattern, then rest of the 80% will follow that. So this is why I came into this parenting thing, apart from my other training programs. And I still, do surgery because that's how I make my living. But this work I did do voluntarily. So that is about my work. And because of that, I go to all universities in Pakistan, and I've also traveled to USA for that. Mainly, I'm talking to people who are Urdu-speaking people, or of the Asian countries, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. But after Eid, I'm invited also for a program for the American people also, those who are close to my friends where I conducted this workshop. And they also asked me to be part of that program. So that is a brief about my humble, effort and the little work I have done for that. This was part 2. And part 3, Israr Saab has said, I asked how much time he has. So he said, you have all the time. But I know we don't have all the time. So he said that the third part is that if someone has any question, and if I have the answer, I'll be very happy to answer. So that is all from me.
Dr. Let me be the first one to answer. The story of my own family, my brothers and sisters in Pakistan, is no different to any other family who's having diabetes. One of the problems, which, and Dr. Pirzada Qasim, very well, he is my teacher and my colleague also in Karachi University when we were teaching. So one of the problems in Karachi is to find an endocrinologist who can set the right dose for the person who's suffering. Believe me, my brother took 6 months and 4 endocrinologists to finally reach to an endocrinologist who actually was successful in setting the right dose for him, insulin and all that. But that there is so much scarcity of endocrinologists in Pakistan, and that is one of the issues there. Your input in.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's true. But the good news is that College of Physicians Surgeons of Pakistan has, for the last 2 years, has started a separate fellowship in endocrinology. So now I hope that this has identified and this will be corrected. And so now if you go to any bigger city of Pakistan, you will find something.
Yes. As far as endocrinology is concerned, I'm sure that many people here know, but actually it is a discipline or the study of enzymes in the body who are responsible for regulating the blood sugar, if it's sugar related or any other function of the body. So basically, when it comes to insulin, there has to be set so that a diabetic person is relieved of the excess sugar which is not being used by cells.
So that's the first step.
So, yeah, but also that once you have said that one, then there is no problem in that. Yes, please.
Thank you very much. It was a very marvelous talk. Would you like to say something just to refresh our memory that what are the preventive measures one can take before going to the doctor? That's on diabetes.
Oh, yeah. Preventive, see, diabetes mellitus can be broadly divided into type 1 diabetes mellitus and type 2 diabetes mellitus. Type 1 diabetes mellitus is one with which we are born. So it is very important now in Pakistan, at least, or big hospital, it is now a routine to check blood sugar of a child and also to monitor blood sugar of the mother. See, everything is not very gloomy in Pakistan. I want to assure you. There are a lot of things which only media has distorted. I can assure you a lot of good things are happening. TBC is one of them. There are many other good things that are happening. Right? So please, remain in a good hope. Inshallah, Aziz, don't worry. You keep us supporting us. We are there, inshallah. We will not let our country go anywhere. Don't worry, inshallah. So please don't listen to misinformation. Please don't listen to disinformation. The only important thing is that we have to work hard and only we can save our country. There's no one from outside can save our country. This time is very short. Otherwise, I can statistically prove that there are a lot of things which are full of hope. See, Pakistan probably is the only country in the world which has one thing which Australia does not have. Ma'am, Prima, Australia does not have that. USA does not have that. Canada does not have that. Other European countries don't have. And Pakistan has in abundance. And that is the human resource. About 63% of Pakistani population are young people. And they can be trained. They can be groomed. We actually proposed a plan to the government. And, if time permits, I can just share at the end that just by little effort, we can not only export them, but put them into local use. So Pakistan has got a lot of good things. Don't worry, inshallah, Pakistan not only will survive, it will thrive as well. It will grow, inshallah. So let me finish this.
One question coming.
No, I could answer it completely. So the prevention is that when a child is born, please get his sugar done. And during pregnancy, we have to monitor the sugar of the mother so that we can predict whether this child will have diabetes or not. And for adults also, keep checking your blood sugar. Right? And there are things about diet, which was mentioned by him. There are 4 things very important for our physicality. Number 1, our diet, what we eat, when we eat, how much we eat, and what not to eat. Number 2, our pattern of sleep. Number 3, we do daily exercise or not. And number 4, having a life as stress-free as possible. So if we just take care of these 4 things, probably the physical part of it is really good. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
now if you are getting late, it's not my responsibility because it's a question.
So we'll take 3 questions.
Sir.
Thank you for going down public-private partnership on international level about the owning of the hospitals by the people. What do you think the limitations of the government there are where they are lacking the ability to run the hospital successfully? Is it the knowledge or is it the expertise or just the lack of funds that we fit in well?
I'll be very honest with it. There are 2 very important things which are required. One is wisdom and one is will. Unfortunately, the people we are talking lack both. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Javed Iqbal. MashaAllah, it's great to have you here and to listen to you. Just looking into Facebook and MashaAllah, you've got 2.6 million followers and MashaAllah, it's a great achievement. Can I ask, what was your motivation? Was there like a certain point in time that you decided that this is what you want to do?
Yeah, thank you. It is because actually my parents, I was so lucky to have very great people as my parents. And from day one, they taught me that if you are in this world, you are here for some purpose. And see, ma'am, we have got 4 aspects of our life. One is physicality, other is intellect, third one is emotionality, and fourth one is spirituality. When I say spirituality, I don't mean religious stance. By spirituality, I mean I want to be inclusive. I want to include even atheists there. Spirituality means whatever we do, why we do. I can share a story. It's a real story. How? I was a teacher in a medical school, Mr. Medical College. A boy came. His father was a laborer. And when he met me, he said, all the time I saw mud on my father's hand. Even if he washes it 10 times with a soap, that mud never goes because he's just working as a laborer. And his mother used to work in some people's home. And he has 3 sisters, and he got top position in the board and got admission in Mr. Medical College. When I asked from him that why you have, he became a friend of me. I was his teacher too. He said, my aim of life is that I will work very hard. I will score good marks. I will do good house job. I'll start a private clinic. And I want to see my father's hand as clean hands. And he said of some word, I don't know if I can translate it in English. मैं मुल्तान शहर में पक्का घर बनाना चाहता हूँ. Having a brick house in a city is his big dream because they have a mud house. So his great dream was, I want a hope house which has bricks. पक्का मकान बनाना चाहता हूँ. तीनों बहनें. I want my 3 sisters to do graduation and an honorable marriage, and I want to send my parents to Hajj. That was his dream, and in front of my eyes, he achieved it. Then there was another person. That person was also belonging to the same type of situation, although less grave. And when I met him, he said, the mother mortality rate in our village is very high. 3 of my aunts died when they were delivering the babies. I want to be a gynecologist. I want to go back in my village. I will not let my sister or my daughter or any of my aunt die. And in front of my eyes, he achieved this purpose. Both of them did a good job. But the spirituality of the first person was little on the lower side than the spirituality of the second person. So it is not what we do which is important. Why we do is important. So that is the spirituality. So see, these are 4 aspects of life. If we do everything for our physicality, I can assure you, I'm going to give you a very bad news that we have to die one day. I thought if someone doesn't know that, I should share it and take an opportunity to tell them that all of us are going to die. And when we will die, anything which is related to our physicality will die with us. But our intellect has got a chance to survive. Our emotionality has a chance to survive. And above all, the super umbrella, our spirituality has a chance to survive. So if we actually spend our time, our energies, our wealth, our strength, our relationship on these 3 aspects, then there is a chance that even if we die, we will not die. So this lesson was actually taught by my parents to me. I'm the only son of my parents. I have a younger sister. But I think I owe it to my parents, great parents. And I have been humbly tried that. I know in my heart, I confess it, that I was not up to mark. But the answer to your question is that this is my inspiration.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Dr. for your time and wisdom and transforming many lives. I really appreciate your great work. I have a quick question. How, in your opinion, we can heal someone's negative past experience, particularly if it is your close relative and you are a far distant? Thank you.
Okay, you asked this question for me, to start off it. I'll repeat the question and I'll simplify it, paraphrase it. He says, he just explained to me that if someone has got a bad memories in his head, and he's very dear to you, and you know that he's just stuck and clung with those memories. How to wash it? That's the question. Your question. Now see, the process of learning in a child less than 5 years of age and anyone above 13 years of age, because in between is a gray area, the process is totally different. Adults, they don't change by advice. Adults, they don't change by orders. They may superficially pretend that they are changed, but they are not changed. They are changed only by one method, and that method is when they themselves want to be changed, only then they can be changed. So anyone who wants to change an adult, maximum he can do is that he can make him realize that you have to change, and then he can change. And when I was just reading the hierarchy, that we have got an impression, then we have got a thought, then we have language, then we have an act. Repetition of an act is a habit. When habit becomes permanent, it becomes a behavior. And when behavior is such that even the external factors are changed, it is not changed, we call it personality. And they say up to behavior, we can change, a person can change. But when it becomes a personality, a person cannot change. And that is there in all Western books of psychology. But only one person I found, that was Maulana Rumi. And in his studies, it was kind of scientifically proved that even a personality can be changed. And I'm going to tell you that trick, which I learned from Maulana Rumi. And you can try that trick to that person. And the trick of that is unconditional love. If you want to change someone, so you just provide them with strategy, you provide them with this techniques, or you just force them, they're not going to work. The only thing which can work for adults is unconditional love. If you allow me, I can tell you a little story.
Yes, please.
You know Hazrat Bilal? Hazrat Bilal was actually a ghulam of Utbah. And in the evening, in the night, he used to give him that, Angrezi mein kya kehte hain, he could hand grinding wheat. So he used to give him that, and there was some mechanism that there is a sound, and he used to sleep. And when he stops, he will wake up and he will start, beating him. Once a gentleman came and he said, I saw you that you are just in a trouble, and I'm free whole day. Can I do it for you? He didn't ask who you are. He said, okay, just do it. And then gentleman who was there, he did it for whole night. And he could sleep. Next day, the gentleman again came in the evening and said, I can do it for you. So he again slept. On the third day, he thought that he's just offering it materially. Let me ask from him. He said, who are you? He said, I'm Muhammad. I'm the prophet of the God. I've been sent with this word to save people from hellfire and bring them to the glory of the Jannah. My name is Muhammad. He said, okay, I accept it. I accept. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did not do any belief. He did not only unconditional love. And he said, okay, there's no sleep, I'll do it. Enough is enough. You have already done whatever you have to do. Firaka ummi wadi. Now my mother and father, I can just sacrifice them for you. So see, this is the power of unconditional love. So answer to your question is that we all have adults, maybe our children, maybe someone, dear friend, and we think that he is a stray, he has gone bazaar. The only power which can change them is unconditional love. And only this unconditional love gives you the authority to influence someone. Other than that, your power, your strength, your talking skill, your communication skills, that's just at the superficial level. However, the child less than 5 can be changed by changing the environment. If you change it's just like there's a plant. You want a fruits from the plant. So you never talk to the plant, please give me the fruits, please, I'll be very grateful. What you do is, you change the circumstances around the plant, and it gives the fruit. So this has motivated me to start that product of parenting, because children are under our control. If we change the outer environment, children can be changed. But if you want to change any adult, there's only one tool, that is unconditional love.
Excellent.
Of the father.
I think any other question or the last question, anyone? If not, then let's just wonderful applause for a wonderful. Real. Thank you very much, Dr. And it was certainly that, I congratulate Israr and your team to bring Dr. here for such wonderful words of wisdom, truly wonderful words of wisdom. And I've got so many things, right? And I need to talk to you later. Before I invite now Dr. Tariq and our wonderful friend from Wollongong, Mustafa Chaudhary sir, this is I think that I've been given this information that there is a company in the name of, Lahore Sky, am I right, Dr.? Or this is actually one of the projects which is starting in Lahore, and it says that Australian excellence. This is where Australian excellence meets Pakistani heritage. This is a project by Australian overseas Pakistanis. You certainly can, and there is a phone number also given for further information. What they are going to do is that they say that this is your gateway to premium living. So just for the investment to start, please contact Oz Developers, and the phone number is also given. If you see that kind of leaflet over there, please just go and have one. And if you're interested in just having a small little investment in Pakistan, this will be certainly a wonderful idea. Look, this is actually, all talks, and talks certainly very meaningful, very strong. One of the things where I wish to acknowledge are the medical doctors who are here from Canberra itself, and Waqas is sitting, the wonderful pharmacist and all that. And Israr was mentioned as nephrologist, and believe me, we have a nephrologist in Canberra also. Dr. Zan is sitting there. This is just a wonderful combination. So Canberra has answered to each and everything, isn't it, Doctor? Right. With this, it's now my pleasure to invite Dr. Tariq Rana and Chaudhary Sahab to come over, and please not only listen to them, just slip your hand into your pockets. This is the time for which we are here, and soon we reach $100,000 minimum. Then, of course, we'll be enjoying our dinner. But don't ask me if there are not $100,000, where there will be, whether the dinner will be there or not. I don't know about it, please. So, Dr. Tariq.
Thank you, everybody. It's really a great pleasure to have you all here. And so kind of all of you that you all come on our personal invite. And this call is for all of us and our people in Pakistan. I was just talking to a few of our parliamentarians here. It's really very important to mention our High Commissioner, His Excellency also mentioned. We've been trained in Pakistan, and Pakistan actually invested on us. So we are all professionals. I don't need to say that everybody sitting in this room, Pakistan trained us, and we have a little bit of responsibility that we actually do something for our people, deserving people who are back in the country. And really, we are full of wealth. Just talk about, it's not me, I'm generally talking about. So just talk about you go out and have a meal with your family, and you will, minimum in Canberra, will spend $300. And today is the time. We are very close to approaching Ramadan Sharif, and as we know that there is also Zakatul Mal and also Zakatul Fitr. So everything we are collecting here, as we know that will go for a cause, but anything you want, you please donate. We have brochures on your tables. Just scan that and you can donate. That's a donation part. The part which Mustafa, the President of National TDC, and myself will be doing is auction. We have some items. don't take it like you don't have these items at home. Definitely they have some significance. But when you will take these items home and put in your house, you will have a lot of satisfaction that you have bought for a reason, right? So a great reason and helping people and deserving people. So one of these part is Prophet Sallallahu said that charity does not decrease wealth. So if Prophet is giving that assurance that charity does not decrease wealth, so you can imagine that giving money, pondering your pockets here. Pockets is the old word, but you know that using FPOS, we will have FPOS, we will bring to you. Just tap on that and you will be fine. And Alhamdulillah, you will be collecting a lot of reward. So I would request Mustafa Sahab to say a few words and then we will stay go to auction. Thank you.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। मैं उर्दू में बात करूँगा इंशाल्लाह। दोस्तों, भाइयों और बहनों, अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला इतना शुक्र है कि हम उसका शुक्र अदा नहीं कर सकते। देखो, उसने हमें इतनी ब्लेसिंग से नवाजा है, इतनी बाउंड्री से नवाजा है कि अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला कहते हैं आपकी औलाद जो है और माल है, कभी अल्लाह की याद से आपको गुमराह न करते। और फिर कहा है कि जो रिज़्क आपको अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला ने दिया है, उसमें से अल्लाह के वास्ते अपने गरीब भाइयों बहनों को उसका हिस्सा उसको अदा करें। ये जो फंड है, ये जो आप ज़कात वगैरह देते हैं, डोनेशन देते हैं, अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला फरमाते हैं तो में से कौन ऐसा शख्स है जो मुझे बड़े अच्छे तरीके से कर्ज हंसना दे और ताकि मैं उसको दुगना तिगना करके उसको वापस कर दूँ। तो ये कभी ख़त्म नहीं होता। ये जो डोनेशन है, इनको हम अल्लाह के लिए देते हैं, ये कम नहीं होता। अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला आपके रिज़्क में, इस दुनिया में भी उसमें बरकत देता है, आखिरत में भी उसका सदका जारिया बन जाता है। दोस्तों, भाइयों बहनों, आज हमारे पास टाइम है कि हम जो सदका या ज़कात और डोनेशन दें, उसमें देर ना करें। क्योंकि जो चैरिटी है, जो चैरिटी है, ये लोगों को, तकलीफों को, दूसरों को हटाती है। इसलिए हम आज रात इंशाअल्लाह ताला जो डोनेशन इकट्ठा करेंगे, मैं यकीन से आपको कहता हूँ कि इसको हम पूरे अच्छे तरीके के साथ लोगों की बहबूद के लिए, उसके प्रॉपर मेडिकल केयर के लिए हम उसको खर्च करेंगे और लोगों को उनकी जिंदगियों में इंशाल्लाह मुस्तकबिल में उनको इंशाल्लाह अच्छी जिंदगी अल्लाह सुब्हानहू उनको अता फरमाएंगे। मैं आप सबसे ये रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा डोनेशन दें, अल्लाह के वास्ते के लिए करें, अल्लाह की रज़ा के लिए करें और लोगों की जो बेबस लोग हैं, जो बहुत बीमार हैं और और हैं, जो अपनी दवाई नहीं पी सकते, जो इलाज नहीं कर सकते, हम उनके लिए बड़े अच्छे तरीके से इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर उनका हम इलाज करें ताकि वो अच्छी ज़िंदगी गुजार सकें। जज़ाकल्लाह खैर। आप सबका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, आपकी जेनरसिटी का, आपकी काइंडनेस का हम आपका शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं। थैंक यू मच।
Thank you very much, Asad. Just, I'm sure that you have already heard about that, this particular initiative now building hospital in Saripur. And Chaudhry Mustafa and his family kindly donated land for that. So let's start from there. So that mark has been set pretty high. So let's start from there. Just very quick one. We won't take a lot of time because dinner is ready too. So we have few auction items. As I said earlier, that it's not about wealth. It's not, you are not having them at home, but it is more, one way of showing your generosity and taking something with you, which can remind you that you have done something really great. And let's start with that. Ali Bhai will introduce all the items and then we can go from there.
So the first item here with me is a prayer for parents, and that is a calligraphy. Rabba Arham Kama Rabbayani Saghira. Obviously, this is something which is priceless. So please, just for the start, just for the start, $100.
$100. We have $100.
200.
200. 200. Going once. 200. Please, 200. Just get the blessing to get the first item. 200. 200 going twice. What do you think? Wait.
250.
250. Anyone? 250. 250 going once. 250 going twice. 250 done. Thank you.
250. Yeah, please take down the name.
There is another very generous donation that came from Musbasa, and the Rajsa has kindly to make it $1,000.
So the second item is here, MashaAllah calligraphy, which is an art in itself, you can see, and the blessings of something like this are enormous and more than and wider than an ocean. So please, what is the direct is asking for it? $600. $600.
It's just checking one patient.
Oh, yes.
It's that way.
$600. There is
Normally, specialists they charge $600 for one patient. Take it that way. So,
Anyone with 650? $600 days. Anyone with 650? Yes, please. 750. Increase. 750. 750. Yes, please. Anyone more than 750, please? 750. Such a priceless thing, and as Dr. Javed alluded, a spiritual value of this thing rather than any other thing. Whenever you will hang it in your house and you see it, it will remind you that what wonderful, generous way you used to bring it in your family. And the blessing certainly goes without saying.
750 going once. 750 going once.
800. Anyone with 800? 800. Come on, doctors are sitting here. 800. So, yeah.
750 going once. 750 going twice. Done. Thank you.
The third one is again a calligraphy here, and all of us are aware and just saying it many times every day. But they are big Sumar, and it was referred to that when you are there in Pakistan and you are a healthy, wonderful family, it's just because of that and then, of course, when we are here, more and more blessed, and again, we get back in our minds to this Quranic verse. What is the last name?
Starting with $250.
$50, please. 300,
300, 400. Shirazi Bhai, Dr. Shirazi Bhai, 400.
Anyone with 450.
450, Basra, 450.
450 bucks up. Yes, 500. 500. Dr. Shirazi. There is a very healthy thing going on between the two. That competition we want. 500, Dr. Shirazi. The other doctors are thinking what to do. This, you are putting them into a trouble. Right? Okay, 550. Anyone with 550?
500 going once, 500 going once, 500 going twice. Done. Shirazi Bhai.
Oh, there's another one at the back, yes.
Sorry.
Is it 550 or 600? 600, 600, 600. Yes, anyone? 650?
650.
650, Dr. Shirazi again.
Anyone? 700. Anyone? 700.
700 there. 750, 750.
750.
Yeah, am I right? 750 or 800? Let's make it 800 if you don't mind. 800 there. 800. Yes?
800.
800. 800. Now you got to do 850. There is 850. 850, Dr. Shirazi. He is hell-bent to get it. And I'm sure anyone with 900. 900. 900 there. Wonderful. 900. Yes, 950, Dr. Shirazi.
950.
950. Almost touching the border of 4 figures. Who will stand up? Dr. Shirazi, here is an offer for you. If you make it 1,000, it will be yours. No further. 1,000! That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Dr. Shirazi.
Yeah, no, all good.
All good, all good, all good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next item is signed back by famous cricketer Mohammad Yunus. This is
भाई
a super cricket player, and there is a bag with his signatures here. He is himself a legend, a living legend, and here is something that will go with you for the rest of your life and the life of your children with his signature, and it will create a wonderful relationship with you. Yes, please. What is the reserve one? Okay. So, just ask.
So, opening bid for this one is 750. Anybody for 750? Anyone for 750? There are a lot of cricket fans here. Please come forward. 750. Anyone for 750?
Everyone for $750 for a wonderful legendary cricketer's, signature on it, cricket bat.
Let me do another way. Anyone is interested to buy this bat or to get this bat for this really a great cause? Say anything and we will go from there. Anyone interested in that?
So
Any cricket lover?
it is your take now. The ball is in your court. Just think what you wish to give for it. Come on. We are a cricket loving nation. Yes, please. You can even start by $200. I don't mind.
I'll give $200.
200, 200, 250, 250.
Anyone for 250?
So 201, 202, 203, Dr. Mansoor. Then there is a hockey stick sign.
I want to give it to Captain.
Manager and yeah, another gesture. That's better.
Together. We play together. No, he's on me. He's on. No, he's on me. Yes.
Please come here.
No.
So, we have got a hockey.
So this is again, we know that we've been leading the game in the world. We used to be a world champion. And this is signed by a very famous player and manager's now team and Pakistan hockey team. So it's signed by the entire Pakistan hockey team. So, again, I am very sure that somebody should be here in this room who loves hockey and used to play hockey and used to follow hockey. So it is again, it's a great thing to display on one of your walls at home, and definitely it's worth. But just again, it's donated. Both items are donated by Chaudhry Mustafa. So I don't want to put any price on that. Please raise your hand and get it. This is more, that we are supporting the initiative. Dr. Sharazi, 200, Dr. Sharazi. 250. Anyone put 250? Anyone put 250? Anyone put 250? 251, 253, done.
You guys are live, so you can wave yes.
Yeah, next gentleman is trying to locate where Surya Yasin higher calligraphy. Lecture 43. Each negative photo.
Ali Shiva bhai. Ali bhai. Ali Shiva bhai. So while we are really very close to conclude the auction. everybody needs that. Everybody needs. You are sitting in home office. It's a great gadget. You really need that. Think about that. Maybe you will be buying in a month or so. Why not today for a cause? A great, full of blessed month is coming. Why don't you buy it for the cause? 301. Anybody interested in 300? Anybody interested in 300? Anybody is interested in 300? Getting this in 300? Any bid from the room? Any bid? 300. Okay, we have a gentleman here who can buy in 300. Anyone for 350? Anyone for 350? Going once, going twice, going to Shail Rana for 300. Thank you. Yeah, really extremely sorry to our friend back who've been interested to buy that calligraphy. And Dr. Israr has kindly mentioned that we have one back in the office, and we will actually post to you, brother. And this is Surah Yasin. And extremely sorry, it's just here. That's on the screen. Are you happy to get it?
750.
750.
Yeah. And I think that I also wish to tender my deep apologies because I didn't hear you being such a distance in between. Otherwise, certainly it would have been continuing for the auction, and even perhaps, with the competition, it would have ended up in $1,500. Who knows it? But I'm really sorry, brother. I'm really sorry, and thanks for your generosity of accepting it. And 750. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, thank you, Jazakallah. Yeah, what's the next item? Sorry.
This is really a great thing which I just came to know that this is hand definitely calligraphy is done by all of them. They are actually the real writing and done by with very expert calligrapher who is our one of our female sisters, right? In Sydney. So. And you will get a certificate with that, confirming that it's original. It's not printed. It's original. It's handmade, handwritten. So we have.
I think that we have kids. $100 for such a fabulous piece. Canberra is.
Get the Eid gift for your child. How is that? Eid is coming. We really need to give something to our kids.
$100.
$100 each. We have six. $100 each.
Anyone for $100? Just a each gift for a child.
Anyone, $100. It's a gift for your child. Come on. Otherwise, I am bringing iPhone, then you have to buy that for your child. If you are not interested in this. Thank you.
Signet portable charger. Well, number 12. So I've got 8 awards, and 6 are available here, and I reserve price is $350. Anyone for 350?
I know that everyone, pretty much 80% people, they are using iPhone. Take it that way. Ramadan is coming. You need to listen to Quran. You can collect a lot of blessing listening to Quran while also working. So earpods are very, very important for that. Please try to continue to this call. Get these earpods. Anybody interested? Anybody? Raise your hand. We really want to wind up. Raise your hand. Anybody interested to buy iPods? They are AirPod Pro, sorry. They are AirPod Pro.
Yeah, 350, 350, please, anyone?
Anyone interested?
Just keeping in mind that the spirit of the whole thing is very different and something fundamental here. So please open up your hearts and please open up your donation. Yeah.
Stand by.
350.
Stand by. 106. 350.
Yes.
350 ones. Anybody for 400? 350 ones. 350 done. Thank you.
Yes. There are few more here. Right? If anyone is interested, please contact us. Right? And we will be able to give you next one.
कॉल आई तो डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था.
There is PS5.
डोंट डिस्टर्ब लगा दो थोड़ी देर डू नॉट डिस्टर्ब लगा
Number 19, we have PS5 PlayStation with 5 console and they are slim console. So really good, again, whoever it is interested, any young people buying any gift for your kids. So
Reserve price $900. Anyone for $900?
All right, let's conclude the auction. It looks like nobody is interested in any of these electronic stuff. So, Dr. Javed Iqbal has written a great book, and that book is really an excellent book. We have got it printed for you people, and we have plenty of copies. It's $50 each. This is for a cause. Whoever wants to get it, raise your hand. It's $50. We will send our volunteers to you, $50 each, and they will give it to you, and also make sure that it is signed by Dr. Saab. So bring it, and our volunteers are coming to you. Volunteers, please take books to the people, get the money, $50 each, and then Dr. Saab will kindly sign that.
And dear brothers and sisters, we are also starting. Please take your dinner and come back to your. Just let's start dinner along with auction, please. Sorry that it got so late, but please just take your dinner and come back to the table.
Really don't want to distract you from dinner. Sorry for that. Again, it's really too late. We are extremely sorry for that. If any time during your dinner or later when you are talking to each other, our donation brochures are sitting on the table. Please don't donate any time. And with our invite, you already got a bank detail. So you can donate anytime. For books, we will come to your table, we will bring a book, and then you can have a picture with doctor, get his signature, and get his autograph on the book, and then you can get it from here. Thank you. And very kindly, we have young kids, Dr. Smart's kids. They have given us some donation in the money box. Thanks to them. That's good. Really, great option is that please grab your dinner and then come here to the front, get your book, get it signed by
Dr. Israt, Dr. Israt, Israt, थोड़ा सा साइड में.
There is. Few more books are coming up. Please line up and get Dr. Slard's autograph on each book. And please just give $50 donation to the cause, please.
डॉक्टर साहब लाइव हैं आप.
The dinner is served, so please take your dinner plate and please come back on your tables. We are really sorry that it's got so late. Can I request? Please get to the buffet over there at your back to get your dinner and come back and have a seat. That's up. Yeah. So I can see a long queue, and that is the admiration for Dr. Saab for his not only professional expertise but also his wonderful writing. I'm so overwhelmed by the fact that he has got 2.6 million followers, and that is in itself a great thing in the sense that not many Pakistanis would have that. बच्चों की बारी है इनकी एक फोटो लीजिए जनाब अली प्लीज Please get back to your seats after having your dinner.
मेरा मोबाइल बिजी था वरना मैंने कैंसिल नहीं की हो रही थी पिक्चर किसके मैंने नहीं है मैंने कहा मैंने ले लिए फिर मैं
Not many drivers all the books have gone.
नहीं मेरा कैमरा बिजी था वरना मैंने तो खींचना नहीं थी पता है सर बॉक्स कितने नहीं आनी ऐसे है बॉक्स है
Just wait.
यहाँ बुक ज्यादा बिकी है
लेकिन भाई आपकी तस्वीर तो हम बना रहे हैं सभी का देखिएगा
आप वैसे भी लाइव हैं यहाँ
सभी का Smile.
So the most famous item here is Dr. Saab's book. Congratulations, Doctor. People are coming for his signature stamp. Where is Sana? Sana, come over here with the book.
आ जाओ इसको को आके बंद करे अब इसको बंद कर दे इसको बंद कर दे यहाँ पे आ जाएगी